Hello there, fellow collectors. Welcome into the stream. Welcome into the show. Welcome to episode 47 of Sunday Showcase. Sorry, I messed up the transition there. I'm trying something new for my my intro. I thought the crawl looked pretty cool, but it played on loop there for a second. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for being here for a little literal Sunday daytime show, because it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I wanted to move the show, do something a little bit earlier on. That way I didn't have to worry about it tonight. I'm sure there's people going to Super Bowl parties doing stuff. May not be as many people in here for the afternoon, but that is okay. We got 15 of y'all in here. Please make sure to hit that like button if you have not already. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome to the show where I review all this week's 1/6 scale news. I hope this helps you get rid of those Sunday scaries, even though it's a little early, and I hope you all enjoy your stay as always. A little housekeeping for you guys. If you like what I do, please consider becoming a channel member and joining the Fandom, where you get access to a bunch of cool perks. You get custom emojis, exclusive shout outs, members only early access to videos, and also giveaways. Congrats to the people who won on the birthday stream that I did last time. I know I've been gone for a week. I wasn't really sick, but on Friday I straight up lost my voice like almost completely, and it didn't come back didn't really come back fully really probably until like Tuesday. So I felt okay really, but I've just been like kind of congested a little bit, and yeah, but I'm back. I'm here. You can join by hitting the join button on my channel page, or guys, it's always pinned in the live chat. Huge shout out to all 48 members. Let's go. Guys, don't forget there's some really cool perks as well as some other things. If you are a super fan or you are a fanatic tier member, I just announced a couple Sundays ago that now you get underground figure store credit for being a member. So if you're the super fan tier, the $5 tier, you get $5 in store credit quarterly. So it's every 3 months. And then the fanatics get $10 in store credit quarterly, because that's a $10 tier. Huge, awesome perk. Huge shout out to Ray at Underground Figures for hooking me up with that and getting this, getting this going. I really want to do something cool for channel members, add in another perk. And yeah, it's really awesome. So I got everybody situated, everybody who is a member right now. Basically, if you do join one of those tiers, you have to have an account on Underground Figures website, and you got to send me your email address so I can send it over to them to get the store credit added. And yeah, it's a really, really awesome perk for the channel members. So thank you all. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see here. Is this going to work? It will work. Guys, if you're looking for some cases like the ones behind me, go check out MODUSPACE. You can use code FANDOM in all caps, FANDOM, for $20 off of your order. Best cases in the game, no doubt. Best cases in the game. Be sure to go check them out. Like I said, guys, I already kind of talked about Underground Figures, but go check them out. You can go to undergroundfigures.net. If you make an account on their website, you get no NRD pre-orders. One of my favorite things in the world. Don't have to put any money down. You just pay when you get invoiced. They have great prices. Every single figure is double box free of charge, which I absolutely love. Check out the description below for details. Please mention that I sent you guys. That would be really awesome. Even if you have a question, you can always mention that I sent you. That is how I really got this like channel membership perk for you guys, because a lot of people have mentioned me and have purchased stuff from Underground. So I appreciate that. And the reason behind that was to help the channel and help you guys get a really cool perk. So go check out Underground, and somebody buy this Sand Trooper and Dewback set. This is I know this is all of them are waitlisted. You're going to get it at a better price, and these are drop shipping from Sideshow, hopefully like next week or maybe a couple weeks after. I'm not really 100% sure, but I know the invoices are going to be rolling out like in a few days for that, from directly drop shipping from Sideshow. So you'll get it a little bit quicker. Hopefully within like the next week or two, those are going to be shipping out. So I'm super pumped for that. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be really crazy. What else? Let me see here. Guys, join the Facebook group if you haven't. We're at 192 members. The fandom continues to grow. Go check out the Facebook group. It's really fun. Really awesome. We got a bunch of people always posting stuff in here. I post announcements. I update the group all the time. There's a buy sell trade thread that's running. I always post just updates to things. People share photos every single day. The chat is really going like 24/7 at this point. It's really awesome. So join up on the group, join the chat if you haven't already. And also, last thing, guys, I do have a February exclusive item on my merch shop. Get yourself the big exclusive mug. It says the big sad on one side, and then it says collect carefully on the other side with my digital signature and sketch of my logo. So, guys, go pick up yourself. There's not a lot. There's only 10. There's 5 in each size. So there's 5 11 ounces, 5 15 ounces. One's already sold. But it's cool. I'm gonna actually get myself one. I gotta order that. And get one for myself so I can use it on stream. But it's a pretty cool mug. I think it's pretty cool. So if you want one of those, go check out the merch shop. And let me pull myself out of here real quick. Okay, let me get to all you lovely people in the chat here. We got Fanatic Cage in the house as always. Hello there, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. You too, bro. Thank you so much. And yes, be sure to hit that like button before Spider Steve finds you. We got the new emoji. The Spidey mask emoji of me wearing my hat. Yes. We got another Fanatic Valkyrie Magnus in the house. What's up, Valk? He says, good morning, guys. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Dude, happy Super Bowl Sunday. It's gonna be an interesting game, but we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for being here, Valk, as always showing support in here pretty much every single show. So I really do appreciate it, dude. We got another Fanatic, Howard Potts, in here. The GOAT Super Bowl Showdown Sunday, LFG. Yes. Super Bowl Showcase Sunday. I like that. We got another channel member, fan of the channel, my father, Django, in here. Hello, with the awesome photo of that Stormtrooper, man. I think that's I can't tell if this is, it looks like the Sand Trooper that you just got, but yeah, guys, go check him out on Instagram. Always got the fire photos outside of all of his figures. Really cool. We got another fan in here, Universal Key. What's up, man? He says, morning, everyone. Morning to you with the GOAT Cap Shield. We're going to talk about A Brave New World. Another fan, Keith Lee in the house, LFG. He says, I need to know more about Steve's movie poster screen setup. Yeah. So, yeah, I figured somebody would end up asking about this, but what I have set up is I took an old television that I have, I bought it like 10 years ago. It's actually a big TV. It's like a 55-inch TV. And I mounted it vertically on the wall. And then what I ended up doing was plugging in a Chromecast, like a Google Chromecast, because all my stuff is automated Google Home mostly. A lot of my stuff in my house all my cases are all Google Home. So and then when I turn on like all my basement lights and figures, the poster will pop on too. But I did it vertically, went to Google Chromecast, and then basically what you have to do is you have to go into Google Home and go to the Chromecast, and you have to like upload things to Google Photos. This is a process. You have to like upload things to Google Photos and have that run on a loop in like ambient mode, it's called, on the Google Chromecast. So it runs in ambient mode, and then you can cycle it however often you want, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever. But then you have to like get each individual poster and orient it like either in Photoshop or some type of app so that it fits onto the TV, each individual one. So it's a process. It took me a while to like get them all going, but I'm still kind of slowly adding more in. But it's really cool. Like when it's all said and done, it's really cool. You just get like a cycling poster. It's awesome. It's just, like I said, a process to get it set up, but well worth it. Well worth it if you're interested in doing that. I think it's a nice way of, instead of putting a bunch of art on my wall, because I don't know what to get, I'd rather it just cycle, you know. Let's see here. We got SG Collectibles in here. Says, good morning, Steve. What's up, man? SG, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you tuning in. We got another Fanatic, AJ Agrusa, aka the Trade Titan. This man knows everything about the inner workings of all the international trade and shipping stuff. So thank you, AJ, for being here. Greetings, friends. Hope all is well. He has earned that nickname within the chat of the Facebook group. So thank you for being here, AJ. We got another fan, Christian Crosshair Cooper, in the house. Says, what's up, Steve in chat? What grail are you hunting now? AKA the Grail Hunter, Christian. I think he's looking for Joker. I think he's looking for the Dark Knight Joker. And then we got Striker 47 here. What's up, Strikers? Let's have Super Bowl Sunday. Everyone go Birds. Okay. Got a notification that my Flash Supergirl is on the way. Yeah, I saw some photos in hand. It's like somebody sent me some in-hand photos of that figure. It looks good. Looks good in person. Cage says, let me get that second keyboard. Yeah, so Cage has kind of been like on a keyboard kick, and I ended up getting a keyboard too that he's been kind of helping me with, like, you know, looking at keyboards and researching keyboard stuff and building them. So we both found like a really good deal on keyboards, and then also like a deal on some nice keycap sets. So I have this guy. Ooh, that K2 keyboard. That K2SO keyboard. It's very nice. Whoa, I'm blurring out. So thank you, Cage, for getting me onto that. And yeah, getting me into getting myself a K2SO custom keyboard. We got another fan, Parks Industries, in the house, aka Danny Spotchka. Slamming those emojis. Thank you so much, bro. We got Star Crash 1138. What is up, man? Thank you so much for being here, Star Crash. Appreciate you tuning in. We got Ed R in the house. What's up, Ed? He says, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you as well. No super, working 15 hours today, says Star Crash. Dang, that's a long day. That is a long work day. Well, I hope it goes well for you. We got another fanatic, Austin Collects, in the house. Thanks so much for being here, bro. He says, good morning. Good morning to you. We're about to hit the afternoon here soon while the stream is on. We got Mike in the house. What's up, Mike? Mike Fela says, whoa, Sneaker, you're on now. It's not even dark out. I know, man. I know. Trying to get this done before the Super Bowl. Christian says, my Bane finally coming in this Tuesday. Dude, that's dope. That's dope. He's an awesome figure. Unfortunately, mine had an issue and I had to get a replacement body. I actually bought it from Underground, but he just hit up Sideshow and they ended up sending me a replacement body. I had to destroy the old one. But yeah, interestingly enough, so I destroyed the old body, but like this is what the silicone looks like on the body for Bane. So everyone's like, oh, this body's so crazy, but it's literally this with like a metal upper body part in there. But yeah, this is like what it looks like. It's like just like a thing that really can't be, I suppose you could like slide it onto something else, but it's really goes well with that other body that I ended up destroying. So pretty interesting. Kate says current signature value negative, but getting there. Getting there. We'll get there, man. We'll get the signature will be worth something one day. We got Ricardo in the house, Action in the Box. What's up, man? Fan of the channel. Good evening, collectors, longtime channel member. Thank you. I'm sure it's not as late today for you over in Brazil. So thank you so much for being here, Ricardo. Austin said he had to secure a 15-ounce mug, my dude. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get to. It's a 15. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you getting one. I'm looking right now. That's awesome, dude. I hope you enjoy. It's gonna be cool. I love mugs. I drink a lot of coffee, so mugs are just like when you get a good mug, it's cool. It's cool. And now you can just look at it and it'll say you're just holding that thing, and it's just gonna say remind you to collect carefully, man. So thank you so much. We got Jim Collector in the house. What's up, dude? He says, good evening. All happy to catch a stream live. That's why I'm happy to do like a daytime stream too, because I know there's a lot of people in other countries who can't catch it live because it's later in the day or they're sleeping. So I appreciate you being here, Jim. Guys, go check out Jim Collector. He does some dope stuff too. Takes some really awesome photos. And I know he streams as well on Shane's channel, 16 Figure Focus. So go check them out. Yes, Christian's chasing that Dark Knight Joker. It's a great figure. I just opened up my Artisan. I don't have him fully displayed yet, but he's awesome. Austin is fiending for that Artisan Anakin ASAP, man. Crazy, dude. I can't wait. I hope it hits. We got Malekith in the house. What's up, bro? He says, what's up, Steve? He says, finally, I can join the live. Yes, I know. It's really nice getting all the international people in here. I love that. Love it, man. Thanks so much for being here. Action in the Box says, tomorrow, Captain Jack Sparrow Artisan Edition will finally be here. I can't wait to see what you do with it, Ricardo. Putting it in a specific display. He says, Grail for him. Yes. Darth Malik's missing lower jaws in the house. What's up, man? He says, well, early stream, just having coffee now. Nice, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Honest Hansel, fan of the channel, longtime member, says Steve got the Artisan Joker last week, and that figure's a whole nother level. I don't have any figures with rooted hair, but the realism is incredible. Yeah, man. Once you get a rooted hair figure, if you actually, you know, if rooted hair is something that you're interested in, some people are like, I don't really care for it too much. But once you see it, it can be like I feel like, especially if you're on the fence, like, oh, I'm going to try it, I'm going to get one. Once you get in him, and it makes you want other rooted figures. Especially like, I feel like Batman, when he has the cowl on, like you can put a rooted figure. I remember the topic of conversation when rooted stuff was first starting to come out was like, is it going to look good next to sculpted stuff? But it looks great, man. Congrats. That's a big pickup. Malchus says, so far a quiet year as far as Star Wars announcements are concerned. Oh, it'll happen. It'll happen. We got Iron Star Killer in the house. What's up, man? He says, hey, Steve, Eagles or Chiefs? I think oh, that's loud on my end. So it's really hard to like count out the Chiefs, obviously, but I feel like the Eagles are just playing like really, really well right now. They're on a hot streak, and I think, like, my gut says I think the Eagles are going to win, but I don't really care who wins, if that makes sense. Jim says, thanks for the shout out. Of course, bro. Of course. Austin says, K2. I know we got that K2SO figure. K2 delivers tomorrow. Dude, awesome figure, man. K2 is great. I wonder what they're going to do with Andor. Like, are we going to get Andor figs? We're 2 months away from Andor, which is I'm very excited about that. We're like 2.5-ish months away from Andor, a little less. But that's going to be really, really exciting to see if they do anything for that. But yeah, K2, awesome figure. My guess, if they do K2, you can't really change it much. They're probably just going to do a reissue, would be my guess, but we'll see. We got longtime fan, channel member Geo in the house, aka the movie canon. What's up, bro? He says, morning collectors. Morning to you, man. Thank you so much for being here. We got Fanatic Reese, aka the Maul Fiend. I saw Maul and knew I had to drop in. This dude is seriously always fiending for Darth Maul. Thanks so much for being here, bro. Yeah, I know, like, I'm sure you're really hyped for that figure. I forgot, Reese, did you pre-order Darth Maul? You'll have to let me know. We got my God 16 figure focus fan of the channel in here. He says, you are live. I am live. Shane, I was just talking about you, talking about your show on Mondays, that Jim comes on to as well. And I always I work in a realm where I can't just watch stuff when I'm at work unless under certain circumstances. So I try to catch shows live. I'm always at work, but guys, go check out Shane's channel. You guys all probably know Shane by now, and 16 figure focus and him doing his live shows and all that stuff. So yes, go check him out. Yeah, Christian says he's hyped for Andor as well. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see what they do with it. Honestly, says Chiefs. Don't get me wrong, I don't like either team. Go Pack, go. But Chiefs are so hated, so gotta go with the dark side. People hate when teams are really good, man. Christian Cooper says, Steve, did you get the deluxe or regular Maul? I got the deluxe. I got the speeder. I had my Maul in a very specific pose when I had the DX-17, where he was like one leg up, being held by the little like waist grabber on one leg. He was like standing on one leg with like his knee lurching forward and then like jumping off the speeder with the hood up. I love that look. If they do a Padawan Obi-Wan, I'm probably gonna end up getting another Darth Maul. Because you got to have Duel of the Fates look as well in that case. But for now, I'm gonna do speeder. The Maul Fiend says, yes, sir. Pre-ordered in full, my man. We got Chris Santos. What's up, Chris? He says, how's everyone doing today? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Excited for it's so weird. It's almost like I'm in my basement and the ambiance is the same as if it's like 8 at night. So it's kind of a weird feeling. But yeah. Chances no worries, I'll be giving away an artisan on the show, but I'm unboxing the In-Art Joker 4-pack. Yeah, that set looks amazing. I am glad that it's not for me because that would have been a big hit with all the stuff I got coming in, but congrats. That's awesome. And that's crazy, dude. Giving away an artisan on the show is nuts, guys. So go, if you haven't, I'm guessing you have to be a channel member. Go join up on Shane's channel membership and get a chance of winning an artisan figure. And he just liked this stream. Look at this guy. Guys, hit that like button, please. We got 32 of y'all in here. How many likes do we have right now? 17. We're about halfway there. So guys, please hit that thumb with your thumb if you have not already. We got Superfan Batman Collectibles in here. Says, I'm here. What will I do tonight? Watch paint dry, or even better, finally watch She-Hulk. Hey, She-Hulk it's interesting. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the show. I actually thought like it was okay. It's kind of like just kind of cheesy in some spots, but it was okay. All right, guys. Yeah, Austin says not any artisan either. He's giving away an artisan Anakin. Dude, that's crazy. An artisan Anakin being given away. That's wild, bro. That's wild. We got Brad Cormack, long time. He's now a super fan of the channel. What is up, Brad? He says, hey, Steve, I'm just stopping by for a few minutes. Thank you, Brad, for being here. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for upgrading to a super fan so you can get that free store credit to Underground Figures. Batman Collectibles celebrates 9 months of membership. It's crazy when people post these like member milestones, because it's just crazy that's been this long. But Darth Maul in hand, it's that damn good, dude. Come on, bro. I gotta do this. Hold up. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Come on, man. Woo. That sculpt is wild, dude. Looks so good, man. This is a post from Batman Collectibles himself. Always crazy. Always crazy when people get it so early. I gotta wait it out. I'm waiting on Sideshow because I did get the coin version. Star Crash says show is bad. She is incredible. She-Hulk. Guys, go check out Shane's channel. Thank you, Cage, for posting that in the comments. Can't wait for that Maul. Yes, and the Maul Fiend, speaking of Maul, celebrates 13 months of membership. Hold on a second. Past the 1 year mark. That deserves a round of applause. Am I going to do an unboxing of the new Maul? Maybe I will. That'd be a good live unboxing, because I owe the people a live unboxing from doing the super chat goal from last time. I do a super chat goal each stream, 5 super chats of $2 or more. I do something. So yes. Oh boy, now we got all the member milestones coming in. We got 16 Figure Focus celebrating 4 months. Maul looks tempting. It depends. Like, I know Shane's focus, no pun intended, is a lot different. Like, he's really tuned in to like how he collects in a very good way, right? Like, really thinks everything out, plans really well, knows what his goals are, and he doesn't give in to the hype, right? No worries about FOMO. Darth Maul is one of the most iconic characters, and also is part of like arguably the most important lightsaber battle, like Duel of the Fates, really like decides the whole trajectory of Anakin at that point, right? With everything that happens. So Duel of the Fates, that's why it's called Duel of the Fates, because literally it determines the future based off that battle, right? So Maul's just like, and then if you watch Clone Wars and stuff, then it goes to a whole nother level, because you get Maul all the way through Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, and they just expand on his arc so much. So Phantom Menace look just iconic. I always talk about too, I'll get to it when I talk about the figure, because we're going to talk about it. And we got Movie Cannon celebrating 13 months of membership as well. Oh, we got over 1 year. Got to get that applause going. My man, 13 months. 13 months, the 1 year mark. You also deserve a round of applause, my friend. Thank you so much for being a long time channel member. Guys, go check out the Movie Cannon. I really, really appreciate that, dude. We got Ryan in the house. What's up, Ryan Sadler? He says, what's up, Sneak? Missed you last Sunday. Yeah, dude, thank you. I appreciate that. I straight up lost my voice from like Friday to Monday. I didn't even work on Monday because my voice was just gone. It was just weird leading up to the Friday. I worked a half day on Friday and I left because my voice was It was weird. It was like completely gone, but it's back now. I'm still sounding a little bit hoarse, but we'll get there. We'll get there. 1/6 Figure Focus is the best live action saber battle. It's really, really good and really just really important to all of Star Wars. We got AJ. He is almost there. 11 months. I've got the Range Trooper coming in. Really excited to have such a unique trooper in the collection. Dude, that figure is going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put mine. Mine's going to be coming at some point this week as well. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put mine somewhere up here with the Snow Troopers. That's where I think mine's going to go. I think that would be cool to have them in that case. But thank you so much, AJ. 11 months, dude. 1 month away from being a year. Crazy. Christian Cooper says, will that new Maul head sculpt work with the Clone Wars Maul? So it doesn't. The Clone Wars Maul is the as the, I believe the Solo Maul. I'm pretty sure I want to say it's magnetic, but the other thing is like, I think you can push this one onto that, but it's not perfect. You're probably going to have to use like blue tack or something to hold it on, but it looks good. I saw some photos of it being actually on there and it looks really good. It's just a matter of like getting it to fit right. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it looks in hand. I still need to get a Clone Wars Maul, but that's my plan. I'm going to put one of them on Clone Wars Maul. Says he's pumped. Also did Sideshow so Sideshow has the gold coin. The red coin was the one only from overseas. Like it's very specific, small amount in Hong Kong. Sideshow, I'm pretty sure has the gold coin. But yeah, using the second sculpt on my Clone Wars Maul. That's the way to go. Pull your magic and get us a Padawan Obi-Wan. Come on, Hot Toys. I still think it's going to happen at some point. I don't know what they're waiting for. Duel of the Fates. I'm going to start campaigning for it. Because we need that figure, man. We need that figure. Okay, guys, what should we talk about first? Let me get to. Hey, you know what? One thing I want to talk about first, I think, is real quick. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I want to talk about these Kamen Rider figures, because these are really cool. I don't know anything about this, but these figures are really cool, man. It's so cool. I love these motorcycles. Like this is something that's just so cool and unique to have like in your display if you're into this. And I like the this head sculpt is really good on this figure, man. Looks so good. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about these. And I'm not going to get these figures. I have no interest in them really. I'm going to guess. I don't know what this material is. Looks like maybe it could be pleather. I don't really know, but dude, this just looks really good. It's really cool. These are really cool figures. I don't know if anybody is getting these that I know, but I can see why people would just based on how they look. This is so cool right here. This is just a really good sculpt. Oh, Keith says it's leather. Okay. So this is why I'm like, why are they doing leather on this? But like blade gets pleather. Like what? I don't understand sometimes, man. It's crazy. Yeah, this does look, you're right. This does, and it being leather, it makes sense. Like it looks leathery. Oh yeah, here we go. Genuine leather suit. I didn't see that. Just, man, why can't they do that for everything? You got to at some point. You got to. Hold on one second. It's cool, man. This is a really cool setup. I don't really have much else to say about it other than that. And I think it looks awesome. It's just an awesome set. That's number one. And then number two, I mean, getting both of these is really cool to have together. But like I said, I know nothing about it. I think these bikes are cool. Us Asians get the premium treatment. Nice. Malik says, I don't know why this figure's giving me depression. I hate the look of it. Damn, bro. Dang. Yeah, I hear you guys about Padawan Obi. Travesty. It's got to happen. Batman Collectibles wants to talk about the JazzInc update video at some point, please. I can do that if I have time. Ryan says, yeah, it's so sad we didn't get young Obi-Wan. We got to get him, man. Christian, I need a Padawan Obi for sure. For sure. I don't really want to talk too much else about this, but they're cool, man. They're for what they are. I've said this like 1,000 times. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Nope, that's my doggy barking. Disregard. Don't know what they're barking at. We still will, Christian. Steve promised me we'll get a Padawan Obi. We're still going to. Have faith, bro. Have faith. Let's talk about this, because I didn't really talk about this much. Before we do, fan of the channel's in the house, Clinton Martin. What's up, bro? He says, howdy, folks. Howdy to you. Thanks so much for being here, bro. 39 of y'all in the house. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Would really appreciate it. Okay. Let's talk about this Hono Spider-Man. I have not seen the show. I've heard good things, though. I've heard it's actually a pretty good show. The Hono line is going down a path of like, I feel like they're just getting into a territory of, hold on one second, Hono Spider-Man, because what, the black suit's 175. So it's kind of crazy, like this. Oh, I'm in a queue. This homemade suit is $200. Like, after you get that in tax and shipping, like you're looking at a little over that, obviously. Like, we're getting it. We're just starting to get into a territory of like, this is supposed to be like an entry grade, however you want to define that. We've talked about this a lot, right? So it's a high price to pay for something that is considered entry grade. Like, we need to find there needs to really be a differentiator of what's going to be determined as entry grade pricing versus when we're getting into Hot Toys pricing. Because it seems like the Wolverine at whatever it was, 160 or 165, which I get it. That's kind of like a loss leader, right? To get people into the line. But then they've just slowly gone up from there. And now we're at a $200 Spider-Man figure like this. I don't really know, what's going to happen from here as far as the pricing goes, but I think it's actually I think it's pretty cool, but like, it just doesn't look like a figure that warrants $200, if that makes sense. Like, I would more so appreciate this in like the 150-ish range max, right? So it's kind of pushing out of entry grade in my mind. It just doesn't look very quality. That's really my main thing. Like, it doesn't look like it's a Hot Toys figure quality, and I know it's not meant to be that either. But you gotta kind of get into that point of comparison when we're talking about the price. This is a steep asking price, especially when you have the other Spider-Man. Let me type in Hono. So we have Wolverine 160, the regular one, the brown suit. And then it goes up from there. 175, Magneto, Unmasked Wolverine, Spider-Man symbiote suit. And then this is 200. And then the Iron Man above that is 215, right? So that's just like a pretty tough sell. It's like, where's the stopping point gonna be for the price? That's what I think. So I'm not interested in this. I'm kind of like, the one thing that I was kind of drawn to is like the X-Men 97 vibes of those figures of the Hono, like X-Men ones. But this one's just not for me. Just not for me. Yeah, Clint says not any picture shows any ab crunch. Yeah, there's not really like too much going on torso wise, right? Malchus says, looks like a fun figure, but it shouldn't be Hono. At least it's posable. It does have good posability. Everyone's hating on this figure. Yeah, I didn't get it. I don't, yeah, I'm not really like necessarily hating on it. I think it's cool for what it is. It's just like, for me, it's just, like I said, the price is a little high compared to for what you're getting in the quality that we've kind of come to expect from Hot Toys. And like I said, I know Hono's a different thing, right? But this is like under the Hot Toys realm. So you have to, they're just, for me, bottom line, they're not creating enough separation there in price. And this could be very true. Price increases is the show license. Yeah, that could be very true, but that's still like, that's creeping up there, man. It's expensive. Jim says, watch a couple episodes of this. It wasn't bad, to be fair. I don't love this design, but the figure's a good representation of it. Yeah, just the pricing of Hono figures is all over the place. Yeah, we got to get some consistency, man. I think that's the main thing. What up, Commander Green? Thank you so much for being here. He says, happy Sunday, collectors. Happy Sunday to you too, bro. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. That's really all I got to say about the Hono. And I need to look at my list here really quick of what we're talking about, because there's a lot. Where am I at? Let's move along. What up, Safeful? Thank you so much for being here. It says, yo, Steve doing a super early Sunday stream. What alternate timeline is this? Dude, it's the alternate Super Bowl celebration timeline. This is not the sacred timeline by any means, but it works. Thanks so much for being here, bro. Mike says, yeah, with Hono upping prices, you may as well just go all in on Hot Toys. Yeah, it's tough. Uh-oh. He says, did we lose the background music? I hope not. Hold on, let me start it over. Here, tell me if this background music is too high. I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. You should hear it. You should hear it. Okay. Next thing. We're going to get to the next thing, but oh boy. We got somebody backstage, ladies and gentlemen. Whoops, I'm going the wrong direction. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're going to talk about this guy next. But guys, before we do, I have a very special guest with me today who's joining the show. I'm looking at him right now. You all cannot see him. But guys, I am here with the one and only Mr. Casual, aka Mr. Meow, aka Mr. This Just In, aka Justin, aka How. Yeah. Figure. Yo. Let's go. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you been?
Pretty good, dude. Pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Nice little Sunday matinee today.
Nice little Sunday matinee, dude. Nice little Sunday matinee. Dude, good to have you on. Thanks for joining. I know the people are excited. I'm excited. Hopefully I gave you a good intro there.
No, that was great, man. That was perfect. That's just what I wanted. Yeah.
That's just what I wanted.
Yeah, man.
What's up, dude? What's the word?
Nothing,
How
man.
Things been going?
Things have been going great, man. How about you? Things have been going really good.
Yeah.
Just got some, making videos, just doing some stuff. Missed my stream this last Friday, but it's good though, because all this is going to be fresh for me to talk about. I haven't talked about any of these figures at all, so this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, I figured missing a casual Friday, you'd want to come on and discuss, and the people would probably like to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for joining, dude. It's good to have you on the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm super excited to talk about some of this stuff. I saved the good stuff for you to come on. Some of the other stuff I figured we would just, I would get it out of the way. Not that this next one is anything crazy, but hold on, I got to add you into this. Hold on. Oh. Hold up. I got to add you into this thing. Hold on. There we go. Hey,
There we go. All right.
he's in. Okay, hold on. There's some chats. I love, Sayful, I love this. Please tell me it's Mr. Meow.
Hey, what's up, Sayful? How you been, man? Thanks for.
I love that, man. I love that. Keith Lee says Justin, goated co-host, Mr. How You Figure. What's up, How You Figure? Justin. Hey, Justin. Hey there, How You Figure? Hey, how's it? How You Figure? Hey, Justin.
Let's go, man. I love this, man. I love it.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What's up, Moose? Fan of the channel. Hello, community of collectors. I'm shopping as I listen at a 30% off sale at a local comic shop. Nice. No 1/6 to plunder, but ooh, Mezco. Nice. Thank you for being here. That's a lot of A-list. Is what's he hiding, dude? He's not hiding anything. He's just got a lot to be known by.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of names.
A lot to be known by. We got Quan in the house. What's up, Quan? Says, yo, Sneaks, who you got tonight? I think the Eagles are going to win. I just think they're playing really good football. That's kind of my gut feeling. Not that I either care either way. Justin, you have a team you think is going to win?
I can't. I just, at this point, there's no reason to go against the Chiefs. I mean, every Super Bowl they're in, I say the other team's going to win. Even the last time the Eagles played them, I picked the Eagles. So I'm doing all of us a favor for people who might want to see a different champion. I'm just going to say it's going to be the Chiefs again. I've just accepted.
It's really hard to go bet against them, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's really hard to bet against them. But just the Eagles have been playing just some I feel like when teams get really hot in the playoffs, they have a good chance. And also the Chiefs have been they won a lot of games by single digits this year that easily could have went the other way. So I feel like this would be the game where they could potentially lose, but it's so hard to go against
if it comes down to if it's a one possession game late in the fourth, it's going to be the Chiefs. The Eagles have to get up early and control and if Saquon has a great game and they control the clock, then they'll be fine. But I feel like the Eagles are going to need to score at least 28 to 31 points to win. I just have a feeling that they're going to need to get ahead of this game and get ahead early and kind of just run the ball the whole game to kind of keep Mahomes, because you don't want, it's like with Tom Brady, you can't give them any time in the last 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
or it's going to be
you can't give him a chance to win the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Quan says my wife absolutely hates it when I say figure. Let's see here. Honest Answer says, Justin, I just saw The Wolfman, great movie.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's on digital now, which is
nice.
Which is good, but also it means that they weren't making a lot. It didn't do too well at the box office. Hopefully it finds a second life on home video, because I would like to continue to see the modern Universal Monsters movie get made. But yeah, I appreciate that, Hono Hansel. Yeah. And I appreciate it because I'm assuming he's telling me because I have a review out of it. So,
yeah. We got Off the Wall in the house. Hello all. What's up, bro? Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you tuning into the show. 163 folks is random, but just in case anybody needs to know this, the In-Art Joker staircase diorama fits in an IKEA Boliden. Wow, yeah, that is impressive. That's good to know. That means it's got a smaller footprint, which is cool. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of these football comments just for the sake of time here. We got Mark Attack in the house. What's up, Mark? Fan of the channel. Wait, this is live? You never streamed this early. Yes, it's the alternate Super Bowl timeline universe right now that we're living in.
Yeah, nobody wants to compete with the Super Bowl tonight.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to go live when we're in the fourth quarter. No thanks. Yeah. But let's talk about this Hot Toys Oscar, as AJ says. Another Iron Man, dude. They are really they do this kind of with all Iron Mans, but they are really they're really going at this Iron Man Mark III, which obviously an iconic version of the character, right? Justin, you got any thoughts on this? You want to share with the people what you're thinking about this one in particular? I'm going to guess, knowing you're not getting this figure.
No, absolutely not. Get this away from me, man. I will say, I've always said this. I like this being the limited exclusive. This is what I want, the limited exclusive, limited to 2000. I feel like this is what they should be. This is kind of like the Funko Pop. This just reminds me of Funko Pop. I've said it before. They're just going to continue to just put different paints on the same figures. And, again, if you're into this, I don't want to sound like I'm being a hater, but I have the Mark III. That's all I need. I don't need this gold variation. I don't even, I mean, yeah, it's cool if like you're collecting all the Iron Man. I feel like this is definitely for that specific Iron Man collector. And if I was just a strictly Iron Man collector, I'd actually probably want this. But yeah, dude, with everything coming out, with everything, like if I wanted another Iron Man, I would definitely just get one of the other suits that I don't have yet.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's really, there's just, like we've talked about so many times, there's so much coming out, and like it's really, really a tough time to go in on an like an Iron Man variant. You know, the last one that I got was actually, I pre-ordered that, like, you know, the black and gold. It's the same like gold chrome as this, but it's like the black and gold. That one I ended up pre-ordering, but I sold it to somebody and just like sold it to him direct from, like, mailed it to them from Sideshow. Like on my last payment, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep this. That's kind of when I decided I'm not gonna go into variant Iron Man. The only one I have is D100, which I actually like, one because my favorite color is red. But that figure there, it looks really nice. Like that's the only variant that I really want, the D100. Otherwise I'm kind of just, not really into it, but they look good. I will, like, you can't knock how good they look. They're really taking this base right here and using the shit out of this base. Like this base is getting the limited treatment. That red and chrome got it. This one got it. And then the black and gold also got this same base. And then it's the same exact thing for the Mark II. The actual like movie version Mark II, you can see the little holes where the little like the things that go up and around it on the Mark II, they go in these little holes. So it's it's the same base as the Mark II, but it's cool. It's just, the box is cool. I like that. It's cool. It's just I get why they do it. You put so much probably R&D into like creating this, and then you want to get your money out of it, and it's a smart limited figure to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't bother me. It's like, honestly, at this stage, man, like I'm kind of enjoying when something gets dropped or something gets released or gets announced that I'm not interested in, because it's just like it's a relief. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to worry about adding that to the pre-order list. You know, so but yeah, it looks great. I love the new bases, like the circular base. Like I am in love with those. I think those look fantastic. But I'd much rather have the Mark II, man. Like this, when I see this, I just want to get the Mark II instead. You know, so that'd be something that's like actually was in the film, that had like not like was actually worn in the film. And again, I think if this was in it, I saw somebody said this was in the movie. It had to be the scene where he's doing different paint jobs on his computer, right? Like I'm assuming that's.
I don't remember.
Because I know he originally, he's trying to put paint jobs. He's like, throw a little hot rod red on it or whatever. That must be where it's from, because I don't remember this look in the movie. Yeah,
it's just this is a tough sell. I get it if you collect a lot of Iron Man though. All right, Clinton says, are these repaints a 2.0 version or 1.0? This is a 2.0. I would be almost positive they're using this 2.0 body for this. We got superfan Mike Pause Literus in the house, formerly known as Thrawn's Office, formerly known prior to that as Mike Pause Literus, now back as Mike Pause Literus within the Sacred Collecting timeline. Thank you for being here, Mike. MPL, baby. Striker says, personally, I'm just tired of them repainting the same Iron Man in different colors that are not from the movie. I would much prefer 2.0 Mark 41 bone suit. I think like repaints don't bother me too much because they're going to happen. Like they're just, you have to get your money out of this. And they know Iron Man sells. Iron Man is like the Luke Skywalker of Marvel that they just know is going to sell, So it's just going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Like Darth Malik's missing Lord Jaw. I assume these sell well if they keep producing. Yeah, they're in like limited. They know they're going to get whatever it was, 3,000 sales. Boom. That's a lot of money for $400 figure. That's a lot of money they just made off that. Yeah, like Mike says, no Iron Man ever bothers me. Make the shit out of them for all I care. They're making more than enough other stuff for me to buy. Yeah, we're not. It's not like we're losing out on other things because they're putting stuff into Iron Man figures. This looks like a Tony Award. Let's see what I did there. Yes, this is like the one. This is like the 1/6 Oscar figure.
It really is.
But okay, let's move on, shall we? What do we got? Let's talk about Blade. Let's talk about this figure here. I'm torn, dude. I'm torn kind of on like the Resistance, because
me too.
There's so much other stuff, man, and like I guess I'll try to make the call once they finally show all of them. but I'm leaning towards probably not going to happen based on how my display is and kind of how like my focus is shifting a little bit. Probably not going to happen for me. But Justin, what are your thoughts on the figure, getting maybe one resistance figure or all of them? Kind of give me your thoughts on this stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks fantastic. Like, I think they nailed the head sculpt. I think it looks great. I think that's a great Snipes sculpt, and I mean, it looks amazing. Like, I really like. This is something that if you would ask me 3 or 4 months ago, I would have been 100% on board with. But now I'm having a different strategy going into year 2. I talk about it over on my channel a lot as well. Is like, I got to make cuts somewhere. And I just know myself, and I know if I get Blade, I'm going to want the other members of the Resistance. The only one that I'm truly feeling like as a 100% is X-23. Even Gambit, I'm still unsure about because there's rumors that we might be seeing Gambit again, like in the MCU, Channing Tatum's Gambit. So I'm assuming that maybe, but again, man, Gambit and X-23 are the two that are really tough, but I don't think this can be my Blade in the collection because Blade is a character. I love Wesley Snipes' Blade. I think Blade is an incredible character. The outfit from the waist down, I was not a fan of it in the movie. I'm not a fan of it here in the figure. Oh. I think this figure, for everything you get, I think it's again, with the prices of everything now, still expensive, but I still think with what you get, I'm okay with the price point here. And it just sucks because I love the character. I think it looks great, but I know that I would want the Blade from the Blade film. So I'm holding out hope, even if it's a long shot, that we get a Blade from the original Blade trilogy, preferably the first one or the second movie. But yeah, no, I'm kind of getting long-winded here. It's just, it sucks because I love the character. Good. I love Wesley. I grew up with Wesley Snipes films, and I want this character. I think he looks sick, man. But again, with everything coming out, I'm really having to be strategic of like what I'm going to collect this year. And I just don't see a world where I'm going to have all the Resistance. I just don't. That's just so many figures that, like, completing lines right now, dude, is just very difficult. It just really is. So
yeah.
But overall, I think it looks really good. I just prefer the look of Blade from, the first entrance of Blade from Blade 1. That's what I think of when I think of Wesley Snipes' Blade. Yeah. And so I think I'm going to just hold out on that. But this looks great. It really does look great.
Yeah, I think like that's where there's like a separation on this one of like people who are like, okay, I'm going to get all the Resistance. Or there's like the Blade like super fans who are, just want to get like, if like, because this is Blade, I'm getting this figure, and then hope, they have the hope for like the original Blade coming out. Yeah, it's a tough individual sell. I feel like for me personally, looks great. I echo everything kind of that you said. It looks really good. I think they really captured how he looked in the movie. I honestly think the expression is really good. I think like they nailed exactly what he, like his kind of like his whole thing in the movie. It looks great. They really like nailed this expression. And then with the glasses on, you can actually still like, yeah, he still looks awesome this way too. This is what I would probably go with. I think they got the figure right, but I'm with you. Like, it's tough when we don't have like the original appearance of the character that like everybody is like fiending for, basically. I think that's one of the main things. So yeah, I don't know, man. And like, I don't know like what the situation is with this outfit. Like, is this going to be all pleather stuff? They didn't really say much about it. I don't know. We don't really know. And then, yeah, I feel like I will make my final decision once I see all of them. Like, I need to see all of them because, yeah, I want to wait. I'm not just gonna like I'm not gonna pre-order one right now or do anything like that. This will be, like I said, I kind of see myself not doing this. I'm good with Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I really want both of those. I have Deadpool, but really want the Wolverine, and also like I want a battle damage Deadpool. That's another figure that I really want from this movie. So I don't really, now like things are changing. I got rid of like a couple things. My focus is shifting away from like some of like stuff like this. I don't think I could dedicate like a Deadpool, Wolverine, and then 4 more figures worth of space right now to what I'm collecting. I think that's really what it boils down to. I don't like it enough to do that, even though I absolutely love the movie. It was so much fun watching this movie. It's one of the most like fun movies I've seen as far as like being in a theater and stuff. I just had a blast. I absolutely love the movie, love the characters, but I'm good with like just having like Deadpool and Wolverine, depending on what else they do.
Yeah, and you know, it just didn't feel. It was awesome seeing Snipes back as Blade. Like, I just want to make that perfect. Like,
No doubt.
I love the movie as well. I loved the, you know, I call these like extended cameos, you know, because it wasn't just like a quick cameo. It was like they were in there, an important part to the story. But for whatever reason, man, I don't know if it's because the fight is in the daytime or what. It just didn't feel like Blade to me as much as, again, when I look on the shelf and I see this, I'm definitely thinking about this version for the movie. So if you're all in on this line, this is awesome that they're making this.
Yeah, it's good they're making it for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But since I know I'm not getting the whole line of Deadpool Wolverine figures, like you said, standing on its own is Blade, and it's still Blade, so it's still a lot cooler than a lot of other characters. But I'm just holding out hope that we get the original Blade, because again, they've done the Snipe sculpt now. Maybe there's a chance we get one. Again, I think it's a long shot, but I think it's possible, especially with the resurgence of the character, especially since the Blade film is kind of falling apart a little bit. Who knows, man? They might bring Snipes back to do another Blade. Who knows? You know, I don't know what they're going to do with that.
For real.
But I think this is one I'm comfortable passing on just because, like you said, dude, with so much coming out, I know I have to make cuts somewhere, and this is one that I feel like I can make a cut on just because I know I'd want to collect the whole Resistance if I get, like, even X-23, I say that's a for sure. But honestly, like, that works for me because I can put her with Logan. You know what I mean? And I feel like Deadpool can kind of be on his own and look fine. But with the other Resistance characters, I feel like, for me, they have to be with each other. And so I'm kind of getting out of, like, feeling like I got to collect a whole line of figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. Like, alternate appearances are really tough when you don't have the main version. Like, the other one that I think of for this is like, I mean, the Artisan Winter Soldier is the perfect example of, like, everybody wanted that. The other the other alternate versions of Bucky, like, people don't really want those ones. They want like this definitive Winter Soldier look. So like when you don't have the iconic like OG version of something that really like made that character prominent, it's a tougher sell. Not to say that it's not like there's anything wrong with the character, but it's just a tougher sell. Everybody wants that original, like, or like the most like the strongest or like the most like final form version of characters where like from the original, version of the IP. So I get it. And I get why people would want this too. Like Valkyrie says, I need a blade. Yeah, some people are like, I need a blade. This is a blade I'm getting. I want this. I like the character. It's still him. Totally fine. No,
if he had the coat, if he had like a coat to put on over there, and again, I could probably get one, like a custom one. But for me, the look that I would want is original movie, him in that nightclub, the crowd partying, him standing there in that outfit with maybe an interchangeable lower, a different interchangeable sculpt to where he has the fangs showing. To me, that's Blade. And this is still Blade. It's still Snipes. Like, I'm just ecstatic that they're making this because that's just really cool to me. We didn't think that there for a while. We were like, I guess they're not going to make the Resistance after all.
Yeah.
And then we didn't hear anything after X-23. So I just want to say the sculpt look. My problem is more with the outfit, and I get why they went this way with the movie. But I know myself, and I would just be looking at that and be like, man, I need the other members, or I need the original Blade. Like that, if I want Blade just standing on his own, or maybe I want to do like a Midnight Suns, or like, maybe get this, and this. Like, I want to have the original Snipes Blade, man. So that's kind of where I'm at on it.
Yep. There are these there's like this first edition exclusive accessory, which this is really interesting. Like, why not just make this like a special edition and then have like the collector's edition? I don't know, but now it's like a timed release on Sideshow. I forget how long you have now for it, but it's a timed release. Also, like, I reached out to Ray at Underground Figures because he put up the pictures on his website and it showed first edition, and I was like, so are you getting this? Like, typically special editions like don't go out to other other distributors or other retailers rather. And he was like, yeah, as long as you order by March 4th, you get this if you order at Underground too. Which I hope they keep doing that rather than the special edition stuff. Because the only reason why I order from Sideshow is because it's a special edition thing. If I can get that at Underground, I'm ordering it at Underground every single time.
I do like the first edition time stuff as well. I really liked, even though I didn't get them, like, I really liked the coin thing with the Star Wars line that they did. I just like, that's the stuff I like. That's the stuff that kind of gets you excited to order something or pre-order something a little early. So I think if they want to continue to get people's early pre-orders, I think this is the way to do it. I'm with you. I think this is way cooler than like just a special edition.
Yeah,
you know,
do something timed and like make it so you can get it elsewhere. I don't like being locked to Sideshow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I told some people about that. I think some people had pre-ordered from Underground because you can still get it and save yourself some, like I said, save yourself some money. Let's see here. Hammer of God says 100% on board with your take. How you figure? He says, "What's up, guys? Sorry for the late arrival. Had to shovel some snow. No worries, bro. Thanks so much, fanatic of the channel. Hammer of God in the building. Bringing down that hammer on some snow. Yeah, the Midwest got some snow, man. As well. There's some different friends that I've talked to, like got 5 or 6 inches of snow last night. I got none in Wisconsin, so must have just been east of me and like southeast of me, but I'm fine with that. Let's see here. We got Caleb Klex in the house. What's up, Caleb? Thanks so much for being here, man. Been a while. Appreciate you tuning into the show. Moose says, I got my Darth 11 weeks ago since I didn't want that useless coin. The coin is actually pretty nice, dude. Like, it's got some heft to it, some weight. I'm going to do something with the coins. I don't know what yet. Maybe put them in a little coin display and have them on my desk or something. It's a cool little thing. But let's move on. We can talk about... You want to talk about Maul or you want to talk about Captain America?
Whatever you want, man. I'm down for both. Or I'm down for either one, whatever order you want to go in.
Let's talk about Maul.
We can start with Maul since it's right here. Yeah.
Let's start with Maul. I'm curious your thoughts on this one because I'm just gonna let you go first for everything. Because I'm
hyped as hell for this. I don't have them all, so I'm hyped as hell for this. This is Phantom Menace, dude. So this is like, for me, it's I've said this before. Like, I'm not saying it's the best Star Wars movie. I don't think it's the best, but it probably holds the most special place in my heart because it is the first Star Wars film I ever got to feel the hype of going to see a Star Wars film for the first time in theaters. And I was at the perfect age. I think I was like 10 years old. Yeah. 9 or 10 when this came out. So it was like the perfect age to like feel the hype of Star Wars. And obviously it's Maul, dude. In my opinion, one of the greatest Star Wars characters in general. Especially, again, I'm still not as versed in Clone Wars, but even without Clone Wars, I felt that way just because he was so badass. But with Clone Wars and learning more about his character, even more so. But I just think it looks sick, man. The only thing, I'm going back and forth if I'm getting the speeder or not. That's that's what I'm going back and forth on because of space limitations. I need to upgrade my space this year. And I'm in the process of the space is going to be different for me. So I'm going to be, I'm thinking about if I would be okay without the speeder. And I'm leaning towards that. I think I would be, honestly. So before I was like all in getting deluxe everything. But now I'm falling into like, do I really need to take up that extra space? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times now the answer is kind of no for me. So I think I'm just going to stick with the standard, actually, man. Like that's kind of the shift I've made is just the standard on Maul now. But I'm for sure getting Maul. But I think I'm just going to get standard now.
It's a pretty, like, it's a sizable price difference too, like 285 to 405. Like it's a good chunk of, at least that's Sideshow price. Like it's a good, and it does take up a good amount of space. I like this pose. This is really cool if you want to take up less space. Like you just have it down on the ground. This is actually pretty cool. But I have my Maul, like I had my DX-17 like jumping off the speeder, but like I put it all the way over into like the lower part of my Maji case. So it was like had enough height for one, and tried to make it like take up as like little space as possible. But it's like it takes up 3/4 of the height of the case. And then it takes up a big chunk because you have this weird, like the base let me see if I can get to the base. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm pretty sure there's a photo in here. We'll come back to these other photos. Sorry, guys. This is going to, if it'll ever show. Come on. Maybe it doesn't. I thought I saw one. There it is. So like you got this weird rectangular, weird looking base. Yeah. But it's cool. Like if you have the space, it's really cool. But also, like this is my dilemma too, is like you have the speeder look, which is from a very specific scene, obviously. And then you have the like Duel of the Fates look. Like that's and if you're a huge Phantom Menace fan, it's kind of like, oh damn, I kind of wanted to have both of those looks, like with the hood up. And so like what I think I'm probably gonna end up doing is I'm gonna have this initially, but once Padawan Obi-Wan drops, I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. then I may end up getting another one to have the robe off look, but we'll see.
Maul's a character that I would be almost okay getting two of, like that. Like that's a character that I would consider. And the speeder looks incredible. I just, that's kind of my dilemma, is like, do I want to present Maul just by himself in like the Mills bow, where he's just kind of by himself, kind of like I got Harry Potter, like he's just in his own, right? He's worthy of that, right? But I also have my other Star Wars characters, and if I get more Phantom Menace stuff, I kind of want to have that displayed together. So that's kind of my dilemma with space too, is like, if I had more upgraded space, like I had plenty of space to put these in right now, I'd probably just go with the speeder. But I think I'm going to pass on it, man. And it kind of, it feels weird saying that, but like, that's kind of the adjustments I'm making, is like, you know, not saying it's not important to have it, but I'm just kind of going away from the big diorama base, the big, you know, again, if it comes with it and that's the version that you get, that's one thing, but I'm kind of leaning more towards like less space, with my display, if that makes sense, like taking up less space.
No doubt. You can't really go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
Mike Pause Letter says, I'm shoveling snow right now as I listen as well. Very nice. Very nice. Moose says Eastern Massachusetts got snow overnight as well. Yeah, it missed out. We got 1/6 Star Wars Pivozoid in the house. What's up, bro? Thanks so much for being here. I missed out on the 1.0 Maul with speeder, so I'm excited to get this one. Yeah, that's another thing. If you missed out, that set, just this set is so cool, man. And the only downside about the speeder before, which they fixed, is it was batteries. Now it's USB, which I just think is so awesome that you can plug in the speeder and have it lit up now. I think that's just such a smart move for them to do that for the speeder. That's, I feel like it's something that isn't being talked about enough, that the speeder is now going to be plug in, because nobody's putting battery, like, at least I don't want to speak for everybody, but who's putting batteries in this thing and turning it on and then leaving their display and then turning it off? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not feasible. I'm glad they're moving away from some of that stuff, but Brian Sadler says, it's funny right now, Sideshow's getting the special edition out before the deluxe with the Bloodfin. I think it's pretty interesting. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how quick these get out. That is one thing. Caleb says 2.0 Maul looks great, much better than the 1.0. Yeah, I think it is a nice upgrade for a 2.0. Hammer of God says, not too many vehicles, especially in Star Wars. That's a good point too. Yeah. Speeder doesn't take up that much space if angled and strategically placed. Yeah, you could finagle it into a specific area and get it so it takes up not as much space. And this is where it gets tricky, because there's a lot of Star Wars stuff, but there's not that many vehicles that they make. That's another thing, is like, we don't get this type of stuff very often from Star Wars. So that's kind of like, do I want to go that route? It's tough. 1/6 Star Wars Pimzoid says, got 3 more figures coming this week. Range Trooper, Sidious, and Revan. Dude, you're getting a lot of figures. And do you have the space? Are you going to be getting more cases soon? I think that's, I'm curious. Kip says, at last we reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we'll have our revenge. Badass. Moose celebrates 5 months of membership. Artisan Jack and Drax in hand. Ooh, dude, nice. And Golden Iron Man, day one pre-ordered. Very cool. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just echoing what people are saying. Like, I'm truly hyped for this one, man. Like, I'm truly hyped to get Maul in my collection.
Especially if you've never had a Maul, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this to me is like, I know how this is going to sound to people, and you know, I'm just being honest. This to me, like how people feel about when they first get their first Vader, which was still awesome. Like, Maul to me is just like the equivalent of that. Like, that's like, this was kind of like the Vader for, you know, my generation, I guess you could say, is like, you know, Maul was that mysterious like character that was like, damn, dude, this dude's freaking badass. Like, we all tried to, you know, recreate that Duel of Fates, you know, lightsaber battle. So I'm not saying he's a better villain or anything like that. I'm just saying that the same excitement I had for getting my first Vader is how I feel about this Maul. That's
some big excitement, dude. That's some high level excitement.
To me, you could have this character and it represents episode 1 for you. Like, if you couldn't collect all of it and you didn't want to get everything from Phantom Menace, you could have Maul and that represents that movie for you, you know? And so Maul's just that character that I think transcends all of the Star Wars lore. Is like, it's just Maul. Like, people know who Maul is, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Whereas you get like a Balin or somebody from a show, it's like, you know, people that don't follow Star Wars might not know. But yeah, you have this on display, dude. Even people that aren't really well versed in Star Wars are going to know it's Maul, you know, or at least recognize the character, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's one of those icons, right?
Yeah.
We We got a long time fan of the channel, Tristan. What's up, bro? He says, you East Coast people up way too early, bro. You're up way too late over there in that Los Angeles area. But thanks so much for being here, bro. Caleb says he's not getting Maul. He's focused on Artist and Anakin. Saving up for it. Dude, nice, man. Jim says, can't wait to get this Maul in. Looks phenomenal. Not quite perfect, but damn good. Yeah, I agree. Ryan says, how you figure you got to make room for that do-back?
Hell no. That thing looks great, man, but my God, that thing is just.
So you want to talk about space?
Yeah.
Malik says, I have the speeder, or I have the special edition on order. Think about ordering another one with the speeder. Yeah. I know it's tempting, man. It's tempting. We got Fanatic Eric Hanky in the house. What's up, bro? He says, hey, everyone. Star Wars Hot Toys. Let's go. We got D'Lo the Collector in the house. What's up, bro? He says, can't wait for this. I just secured Clone Wars Maul and Clone Wars Sidious. Damn, got Sidious too. Yeah, I got to get that figure. I got to get Clone Wars Sidious at some point as well. He's been kind of hovering around like a pretty decent price. And I got to get Clone Wars Maul. It's a long time coming for that figure. But thanks so much for being here, D'Lo. And look who's following right behind him. Oh, they must have been planning. Must have been scheming behind the scenes. We got the Jedi Knights watch. What's up, Graham? Longtime fan of the channel. What a sweet surprise. Smart going live before the Sunday Scary set in. Facts. And the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm not competing with the Super Bowl, man.
Well, dude, you're getting live enough to where you don't even have to compete with that Post Malone pre-Super Bowl concert.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 o'clock. You know, they do stuff all day from like 1 to 5. They got like, you know, all kinds of shit going on. So
yep, got to get it done. Got to get it done and out of the way. Jim says this will be his only one and only 1/6 scale vehicle in the collection. He thinks its vehicles are tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Neo LED. Yeah, this is. I really want to get like LED sabers at some point, dude. Oh, looks so good for this. Ed says I've never had them all. I just don't know what version to get. Yeah, I mean, like Justin said, like kind of for him, it's, some of it comes down to like a little bit of like whether or not he feels like he really needs a speeder and like a space thing, right? This isn't huge, but like it's still like it takes up a decent chunk of space depending on what you have. And then it really just like how you want to have it in your display. Do you want to have him with the vehicle? You can still do the other look, but then where do you put the speeder? It's could also do like speeder in the background. Some people do like, you know, speeder in the background behind him, but then he has like the hood off and stuff and the robes off. 1/6 Star Wars Pimzoy says, yeah, I need at least 6 more module cases for new figures in future space. Thinking of going with the DF 120s this time instead of 6 series. Dude, if you have any questions or anything or want to talk through it, you can always hit me up. Also, don't forget to use that code Fandom in all caps when you place that order. Save yourself a little bit of money on the module cases. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Malchus says the problem is if you have to display him in his Duel of the Fates look, the speeder look is a nice add-on. Yeah, you miss out on that if you don't do it right. Striker says this Maul was a figure I've always wanted. I bought the regular and deluxe, couldn't just have one. Waiting for that young Obi. Yes, aren't we all?
Yeah,
aren't we all? That's what I think. Once the young Obi happens, that's when I'm probably gonna bite on a second one. Caleb says, yeah, this 2.0 Maul had in the Clone Wars Maul body. It looks great. Not a perfect fit the way that it pegs in, but it looks great. Hammer of God says, Maul's one of those characters for me, just like how your figure speaks about him. Clone Wars Solo, DX-17 Maul on a speeder, and 2.0 Maul now for standalone Sith display. Yeah, so he's keeping his 1.0 and
that's smart. Yeah,
and using like the DX-17, not necessarily lighting up the speeder with a USB. But he feels like, yeah, I can display this DX-17 and then have a 2.0 Duel of Fate standalone. That's cool. That's a good idea too. That's what I was like. I was on the fence about whether or not I was going to sell my DX-17. Because it's still like relatively the same. And then I could have the 2 displayed. The other thing was like, oh, then I can just put this other head sculpt on it. But now they change it to like this rolling eyes with that little plastic piece that sits on top of the peg. So that's unfortunate. You can't just swap. They should have just kept it magnetic. You can still roll the eyes with it magnetic. I don't know why they decided to do that. Who knows, but maybe just so you buy it again. But, yes. Ryan Savage says, every time I think about the Phantom Menace or this character, I think about a 3-inch line that originally came with the chip where they can make them talk. Oh yeah. That little thing you put on that came with the 3 3/4 inch figures. I still have some of those things. What there's called something calm or something. I forget what it's called. They're my sons now. We got Cairo in the house. What's up, Cairo? Wish the new Maul head sculpt would fit on the old body. Yeah, exactly. I agree. You guys got a lot of thoughts about this Maul. I love it. Darth Malik's missing lower jaw. I wonder if they'll come out with a new Clone Wars Maul with this head sculpt and better body. LED saber comes with dark saber. Dude, they very well could like do like a Rebels Maul or something. The other thing is like, this is a really good question. A really good point. Somebody didn't really think of, like, if they go down that rabbit hole, like if they say like they started off with like a Rebels Maul and we start getting like Rebels characters, dude, that's gonna, and we already have some, like, I'm thinking like you already got kind of Hera from Ahsoka, but you could like start then making like more Rebel stuff. That would be cool. Tristan says Sasha needs to hurry up with my boy Enoch. It's gonna be a cool figure. I just opened, they're right back here actually. I just opened the Night Trooper and then that like zombie Death Trooper. They're really cool together because they're like offset black and white. This like is really cool contrast. And they got those like red straps on them. And dude, that like broken helmet, like undead face is really nice. It is really cool in person. So the Ahsoka case is coming along, and I opened Chopper up. He's right here chilling. Little tiny Chopper. Great figure too. Chopper's so cool. Even though he's not die cast, you can still like articulate his dome. Like it's still movable. So you can tilt his like the dome of the droid. It's really cool. All the like arms and stuff are movable and stuff as well. So it's a really nice figure. Caleb says Comtech chips. There you go. Com chips. This would be crazy. Maul with the spider legs. That would be wild. We got Feel the Burn in here. He likes the Chiefs for today. Happy Sunday. What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here. Okay. This is a good point. Like Hammer God says, new sculpt does fit the old body. Just have to have use some museum putty to secure it. MRC did a video. It's possible, which is good. Anything else you want to say about this? So this is like, there's some update. There's a lot of updates. Like I think the hood is better. The robe is updated and the body proportions are updated. So it's like, there's some worthy updates here. Obviously the head sculpt too. This is great, dude. Are you happy with the head sculpt?
Oh God, yeah. I'm really happy with it. I think the paint applications are fantastic as well. It's just like we talked about. This one's a little bit more of a darker red, a little bit more accurate in my opinion than again, I haven't had it in person. The DX17, I think it was. But I think when we looked at side by side, like this is like a darker red, I believe. So
the red just seems like more saturated.
Yeah,
maybe
like, that's the word.
Yeah. The other one isn't as. It's like a crimson, and it doesn't like the red isn't it's not very it's not like saturated enough, so it doesn't look like red enough. It's like more of like a crimson color. But yeah, I think they nailed it, dude.
Yeah, I do too. And I think until I get the other Duel of the Fates characters, I'm gonna have that default sculpt with the hood on. I think that's the look for me, with the kind of like that a little bit. Like I almost, I do want to have both blades showing. So I would probably have both blades showing and the other one kind of going up over like behind his arm a little bit. But I think when the Duel of Fates gets in there, I'm definitely going to have him like that, like in the battle pose. With Qui-Gon and with Obi. So that's kind of what. That to me, that pose is great. That might be the look actually. I want the hooded look just because it adds that mystery that you had early in the movie. But damn, that's a great pose right there. I mean, that's a great pose. So. It's really cool how you can use the waist grabber too, because his body's all cloth, so you can like hook the waist grabber wherever you want, like on his leg or something too, and you can pose him like actually pretty dynamically. His boots have like this lateral to medial movement, like they shift that way. I really wish they just would have cut this thing in the front to make it split cut, so you can just really move him, like maximize his feet positioning. But this is, when you have this red background, it just makes it look so good. There's one other, what was the other picture? Yeah, see him jumping off this, well, that speeder bike one is pretty cool. I'm trying to find a picture of like what you were describing it as, of like, this head sculpt, dude, crazy. Yeah, great. It's fantastic.
Oopsie daisy. I don't know what I just did. Hold on. I know we kind of have like the saber angled like this, so it's kind of down in front of him and then back up behind his arm. Is that what you're saying? Like kind of going towards the ceiling almost. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, it kind of makes so the saber doesn't take up as much space. Yeah. Okay, let's move on from this after I get to a couple comments. Punisher XS, hi, I just tuned in. What's up, Punisher XS? Thank you so much for being here. Moose says, did my milestone check get missed or did I miss it being mentioned? You missed it being mentioned. I definitely hit on that one. Congrats on that Iron Man gold pickup. Punisher says he might get this. You should. Tristan says, I hope the tailoring is better in the hood. Yes, I've heard the hood is better. I was talking to 16 Lover. Shout out to him on Instagram. He's always posting like these fire pictures. He said the hood is like Clone Wars Palpatine quality, which is good because that hood looks amazing. So yes, I'm happy with that. We got a longtime fan of the channel, Collection Obsession. Hello there. I'm late. I forgot you were on in the morning today. Well, you're here. Better late than never. No problem. Thanks so much for tuning in. Jim, the cloak does look better in photos I've seen, so hopefully they have updated that. Yeah, it looks updated to me. This looks like a different kind of like, almost like a little bit of a different texture on the material. And his his robe is different too. Underneath, like they updated those things. At least I think so. Okay, let's move on, shall we? I don't know what we're on. I think we're on the last thing, Captain America. Look at that Beskar kid posted in the group. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, great shot right here from
Beskar kid killing. Look at that shot, dude. Come on, man. That's an in-hand picture, dude. And look at the speeder bot. So this is cool. Like, you want the speeder,
the more
you
I'm
just
looking
lay
at
it down behind like that.
How people are posing it. Yeah, I do like the way people are posing it. It kind of, I like that a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. The
I'm
other
never
thing,
gonna have them sitting in it, you know?
Yeah. And like the other thing is like, I know I said it's pretty, like the price difference, 285 to 405. What is that? $120. Like $120 for a vehicle like this is like, that's kind of and it lights up with USB. That's a good price, I feel like, for that add-on. You know what I mean? But I need to go back to Hot Toys here. Just default to back. Well, let's talk about Captain America. Let me see if there's a couple other comments here. What's up, Stacy Jaya291? Thanks so much for being here. Good afternoon, guys. I'm late too. It is all good. Last thing to chat about, I think. I know Batman Collectibles wanted to talk a little bit about the JazzInc update video. We'll see if we have time. We'll see if we have time to touch on some of that stuff. But Justin, I really want to hear your thoughts about this movie and like what you think this movie's going to be. Is it going to hit? What are your expectations on this shit? Because you have like a really good, like, you know, you're obviously, and we all are like really into movies, but I know you kind of have a different lens than a lot of people, I feel like, because you are really good at like critiquing and going over movies and being able to do movie reviews. So I'm curious your take. Not only, you're welcome, bro. You're welcome. Here, I'll do this.
I do appreciate it.
Here, I'll do this for myself. Thanks. Good job, Steve. Good job, Steve. Let's clap for myself. But yeah, give me your thoughts kind of on the. I'm gonna just go through some of the pictures, but I want to hear your thoughts like kind of on the movie first.
The movie, you know, I'm gonna go in with zero expectations because I feel like for me right now, I feel like Marvel is in a shift period. I feel like this is part of the original plan of what they were going to do with the character. I think they still have big plans for Mackie as Captain America, and rightfully so. I think Mackie is, I really like Anthony Mackie as an actor. I really do. I feel I loved him as Falcon. I would like to have seen a Falcon figure from Winter Soldier. I'm hoping we still get that at some point. With that said, the way they're marketing the movie now is how they should have been marketing the movie from day one. I feel like the latest stuff I've been seeing has made it look more like that Winter Soldier-esque, you know, kind of spy thriller. And I think the problem early in the marketing is they really wanted to push like the Captain America versus Red Hulk, which I think was a huge mistake personally. Yeah, even though that's
a really good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, like the Red Hulk like that's an awesome thing, especially for us who want to collect figures. Like we're hoping for a Red Hulk.
Yep. Oh, there's Red Hulk.
Yeah. And for me, now that I'm seeing some of the other trailers, you know, this was playing in front. I forgot what movie I was seeing, but this was playing in front of it. And I was like, damn, dude, that should have been the first trailer. Like that trailer is a like really good trailer. So they've done a good job with the most recent advertisements of the movie. I'm a little nervous because I know they've had just reshoot after reshoot after reshoot. They've changed the script a number of times. Normally when that happens, that's not a good sign. But I'm going to go in with low expectations and hopefully be surprised by it. I think we're going to get a middle of the road, decent Marvel outing. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I don't think it's going to change the game by any means. I think it's going to be a good way to spend a couple of hours, and I think it's going to be a fun time. You know, I think it's going to be worth to go see, but I don't think it's going to be like a movie that we're talking about. Like, damn, dude, that movie was rough. Like that. Like I can't. But like Marvel is at an all-time low. I'm not getting. No, I'm not getting that vibe at all. I will say, out of all the Marvel stuff coming out this year, I think Thunderbolts is a movie that I'm really interested in. Like that. Like to me, that movie has a chance to be really damn good.
Yeah.
And I think that. So just to finish up my thoughts on the movie, then I'll talk about the figure. Like, I think that I want the movie to do well because, again, I like Mackie and I like Harrison Ford. And I do get nervous, though, because they are showing a lot in the trailers. Like, they are showing, they're starting to show more and more stuff. They're starting to throw words in like, I want you to be the leader of the new Avengers. So they've already let you know that, like, that's the direction they want to go. And when they're giving you that much stuff and they're using keywords like Avengers, trying to get you to remember the stuff that was really damn good, that's always a bad sign too, in my opinion. It's kind of like when movies that's not tracking well and they'll throw in the cameo. They did that with Wonder Woman with the Flash movie. They showed all the cameos because they're like, we got to get people in the theater. So we'll see, man. I think this movie's tracking okay, box office wise. We'll see, man. I'm still gonna go see it. But I don't have any expectations for it. Like I'm preparing myself that it's just going to be kind of like a middle of the road, like decent Marvel film. Like that's kind of what I think it's going to be. In terms of the figure.
Wait, hold on. Can I get my thoughts real quick on what you said?
Yeah.
Or else I'll forget, and then we'll talk about the figure. Yeah. But I think you made a really good point of like the trailer tried to just like build hype in a way of, oh, there's Red Hulk. Like you forgot about everything else the trailer showed because, oh, there's Red Hulk. That's good. Red Hulk is going to be in this movie. When really, like, they could have, if like it kind of gets like thrown to the wayside of like, this is really like, yeah, it's kind of like got that Winter Soldier kind of spy thriller vibe to it. They could have created like a thriller type trailer initially, right on exactly. Like, I agree with everything you said about, they could have marketed this as something like that. And then later on, okay, then you just do one quick tease of Red Hulk and then that's it. And then you wait till you go to the theater, you know, instead of selling it as like, oh, now Red Hulk is in the movie. Like, I just feel like that when you're trying to like, that's great. But like you said, we could have figures or we could have characters in these movies that are cameos and it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? So it's just, I agree with what you said. Like the marketing around that way is kind of, it's like you could have built hype around this a different way. The other thing is like, and we talked about this on Wolfpack too, of like Captain, like for me, Captain America will always be Steve Rogers. And I know like Captain America can be different, mean different things to different people. But for me, like it's really hard for me to just say like, okay, Captain America is not Steve Rogers. And I love Anthony Mackie as like an actor in a, with Falcon, like being a character. I think that's great. But for him to be Cap, like I need to be sold that he is Captain America in this movie. I think like we finished Falcon and Winter Soldier, the show of like, okay, he's Captain America. He's taking on the mantle, right? He's got the suit. He's got the shield. Now what? Like this movie needs to be him like fully going like, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm kind of teetering on the edge of like, am I fully going to embrace this or am I going to back away? Like there needs to be something in this film of like, okay, I'm fully embracing being Captain America. And the other thing is like we talked about in Wolfpack, Captain America is a super soldier that took super serum. Like, is he going to have that in this movie? Is there going to come a point where he's like, okay, I'm deciding that I'm fully taking on the mantle of the role of Captain America. This is going to be me. I'm going to take the super serum. Because I think somebody brought it up in Wolfpack chat too of like, if I think it was Jazzy, shout out to Jazzy of like, if he doesn't take the super serum, is he realistically going to beat Red Hulk? You know what I mean? Like it's going to be him versus Red Hulk. How is he going to beat Red Hulk without having some type of extra beyond what he's already doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're talking like Captain America is Captain America with super serum. He is a super soldier, super strong, super fast. Granted, like, like Captain America now, he has wings and stuff like that, but what is he going to have that's going to be able to defeat Red Hulk? Like, do you think he's going to take super serum in this movie?
No, I don't. And again, that's a great point. I mean, that's a great point. And I think the issue is like you said, like even in the marketing, they're showing like the flashback where Cap hands him the shield. They had the Disney Plus show, Captain America in the Winter Soldier or whatever.
Yep.
Or Falcon and the
Winter Soldier. Yep.
So again, for I think it's a disservice to Mackie almost, is like he's fighting an uphill battle, because like you said, when you show stuff from the past, people are wanting Chris Evans because that's what they know. Like they know Steve Rogers is Captain America, and they love Mackie as Falcon. I actually think it would have been better if they did like a Falcon movie where he becomes Captain America in the film. They did that with the show, but that's the problem I have with the Disney Plus shows, is they expect the general audience to watch the show. And that's why I think that this is tracking kind of poorly, among other things, is that not everybody is watching that show. It's like WandaVision. Like not a lot of people didn't watch WandaVision, went to see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and had no idea what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
So like you have to make it easier for people to follow along if you're going to do this huge storytelling like this.
Yeah.
And,
it's a really good point.
Yeah. And the thing is with that's a great point about what you said about the super serum and all that. Like that's the reason we connected with Steve Rogers as a character, is because they had that origin story. They took their time with showing him as the scrawny, undersized underdog who became this super soldier. Now, what is he going to do with all this power? Like, who is he going to be? Is he going to stay that pure of heart? Like, is he going to continue to do that? And there's a scene in the trailer where Mackie is holding, and I'll call him Sam Wilson, because I mean, I know that people know it's Anthony Mackie, but Sam Wilson, he's holding the shield like this, and he's in civilian clothes, and they're like trying to attack him. That's what the movie should have been. I mean, this is cool for figures and stuff, but that's what the movie should have been, is a true like espionage thriller where he's operating in that capacity. And yes, he puts on the suit, does all this cool shit, but that's why the Winter Soldier was so damn good, is because there's so many scenes where Cap wasn't even Cap, where he was just Steve Rogers. And I think that's what this is missing a little bit. So
imagine if we got imagine if it was a movie like how they did this. You're exactly like on point with this. Imagine if they did an origin story of him becoming Captain America. Like if this movie was called Falcon, Falcon, A Brave New World, or something with him being Falcon. And we got like this thriller, and then all of a sudden we find out like there's a flashback and it's Steve Rogers handing him the shield, and then he goes and like uncovers it, like he buried it, buried it or hid it somewhere, and then he goes and like uncovers the shield, and boom, you hit a flashback in the movie of Steve saying like it's your turn to take on the mantle of like Captain America, and we find that out that he's like kind of tucked that away and doesn't want to do it, and then he like transforms into that. Like that would have been something like that would have been like so cool to see. But yeah, you're exactly right. And Caleb agrees. Like, is my dad, a casual Marvel fan, going to understand this movie without watching Disney Plus? He's not going to understand it, Yeah. But I feel like anything like that would have been cool in a movie. I get what they're doing, but like something like that would have been cool if you like divert expectation for the movie and then like reveal something like that. I feel like something like that would have been kind of cool to do as well. But yeah, hopefully the movie's good. We're kind of like you said, we're going like, we're kind of like backtracking in this movie of like, he's already gotten the shield. Now we got to see how he becomes Captain America versus, he builds that up and then he gets the shield. You know what I mean? Like he is where in the show kind of did that, I guess, but you know what I mean? We're kind of like in this.
Yeah, exactly.
I need him to sell me on why he's Captain America right now, like in this movie full on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to get to a couple comments before we talk about the figure. So Ed says this has a quick turnaround. Yeah, April to September 2025 for this figure. So you're going to be getting it quick. And it's also like, what is it, $375? I think it's a steep price, man. $375 steep. Hammer God says, unfortunately, this movie's looking like a meh. I think there will be a shift once Thunderbolts hits and then Fantastic Four. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And then Malchus says, don't forget about Giancarlo Esposito is in this movie. Which he's great in everything. he kills his role.
I don't want to, it's probably a little spoilery. I won't get into spoilers, but I think the major villain of the movie, they've like revealed through like clothing and stuff. So I think that the main villain of the movie is like, it's not going to be Giancarlo. It's going to be another character that we've seen in previous. So again, I'm just kind of putting that out there too, is like, there could be some cool surprises that they haven't completely spoiled.
I know.
Giancarlo, anytime he's in anything, I think that's a good ad. Harrison Ford, even though he's, it's later stage Harrison Ford where, we're not getting the same stuff, but I do like the casting there. Sadly, the actor who played Thunderbolt Ross passed. So I think this is probably the best replacement that they could have possibly found. But that's a little confusing too. Is like if
Sure.
it would have been that guy from Civil War, like, oh, dude, that was the guy with the Sokovian Accords. You know, like that. There's a history now between him and Sam.
Yeah.
And with a new actor, it's tough. You know,
You got to be really in tune, which we're in tune,
Yeah.
but like the average moviegoer who likes Marvel movies isn't like that
That's
much.
the,
Some
that's
people,
exactly what it is.
yeah, it's you're missing that. You're missing the gap that we are into because we're like really absorbed into it and stuff like that. But other people just, yeah, they're not gonna have that level of understanding. And then Tristan said, yeah, I almost said Final Fantasy. The Fantastic Four trailer looks great. Our Pedro Pascal and as Reed Richards, he says he looks awful. Great actor, but his look as Reed Richards is awful, especially after we saw John K. I thought the trailer looked good. I'm excited for the movie. That dude, Pedro Pascal is eating as an actor. This man's gonna get Last of Us season 2 is gonna come out in April. And then this movie is gonna come out in July. The dude is just eating every single Andy's in DC, like Andy's in Star Wars. Like the dude hit the trifecta, and Andy's in The Last of Us. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
I think there's more pressure on Fantastic. I think that movie is going to. That movie has a lot of pressure on it. Like that movie's got it. At least that they're kind of marketing that movie as like almost this reset of like, okay, we're going this different direction now. You know, they still might do something with the multiverse, but that's going to be the movie that shifts into this like galactic, you know, this doomsday thing.
Sure.
So there's just so much riding on that movie. I feel like that's why I think Thunderbolts is in the perfect spot. It comes out in May. There's going to be very low expectations, especially if this movie tanks. There's going to be low expectations for that. But I'm telling you, based on the trailers, man, I actually think that's going to be like a surprise hit for Marvel. I really do. I think that movie's got.
I think so too.
Yeah. But Fantastic Four, just quickly, because I know we're talking about kind of getting sidetracked, but
no problem.
I do think that's the movie that you're going to start seeing the seeds being planted for the new age of Marvel that they're planning to tell over the next 5-6 years. I feel like that's really going to be the movie. Thunderbolts will have a little something that they probably added like they're probably adding now to put in the post credit. But Fantastic Four is definitely that like shift movie. So these movies, Captain America's just in a tough spot. Like Brave New World is in this like no man's land of like, it's a February release. It doesn't have that feel of like that summer blockbuster hype feel to it. And it's in that weird transitional period for Marvel, I feel like. So it's, we'll see, man.
It doesn't seem like one of the,
we'll know soon.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like one of the Marvel heavy hitters. It seems like it's going to fit into the overall like MCU, but it's not going to be like exactly like you said, like a blockbuster hit like some of these other ones have been. Good, and that's a good point about Fantastic Four too, because like the movie's called First Steps, right? Like there's got to be some meaning behind that of like what this is going to end up entailing, right? I feel like that's going to be an important movie. Hold on. We got Superfan Big Dog Pound 1 in the house. Woo! Let's go. What's up, bro? Thanks so much for being here. Shouting out everybody in here. Caleb says Daredevil trailer got me hyped. Eric's excited for Thunderbolts. Dude, it's really exciting that we're going to get Daredevil in March. We're going to get Andor and The Last of Us season 2 in April. Yeah. And then we're going to get Thunderbolts in May. And we have a little bit of a gap, but then we get Fantastic Four and Superman, dude, in July. Yeah. That like it is going to be a very exciting time for watching stuff like this first half of the year starting in a month from now.
For sure, dude. This feels like finally we're back from, obviously we had the like COVID, had stalled movie production. Then you had the writer strike that stalled it. I feel like this is the first year since basically 2020 where it feels like we're getting a full like slate of new movies, new shows. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
As far as the figure goes, dude, this is a really cool pose. I mean, the figure looks really cool.
Figure looks fantastic.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the figure?
I think it looks fantastic. I still want Falcon because that's like just I just think Mackie, like I just loved him as Falcon, and I'm not saying he's not good as Sam, but I want this figure. I can't help it, man. I want the Falcon.
It's one of those. Like, it looks cool.
Like we talked about with Winter Soldier. Like to me, that's just one of the best they've ever done, and so I just think he's so great in that movie, and he's just a great I personally like I like the simplicity of the costume and all that. This has got a lot going on, but I like it. This is like unique to his character. It's got the wings. It looks sick. I've seen the one from the show in people's display, and it looks amazing. I'm doing a lot better saying I'm not going to pre-order a bunch of stuff, but this is one that I'm still undecided on. If I go see the movie and the movie is better than I'm expecting and he crushes it, I think he'll crush it regardless. But I'm saying, like, if the movie's better than I expect it, I could see this eventually getting in my collection. I just don't know yet. I'm waiting to see the movie, because if the movie is like really bad, then I don't know if I'd want this one. I might just go get the older, one from the TV show. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's interesting. Is one of those like getting announced too right before the movie comes out rather than like after the movie, but because we're seeing like full everything. But this is what I would display it as. This is a dope poster here.
Yeah,
I love this because like the wings are huge. If you have them spread out, they're massive. What do you think about the sculpt? You like it? That sculpt?
Can you get to? I'll be honest.
Here you go.
I haven't seen.
Well, hold on. There you go.
Yeah. I think that I think it looks good. I think that it falls into kind of what we always talk about when you're going a default sculpt. This is kind of that determined look. I definitely get Mackie everywhere, so I think it's a good sculpt. I think it's a really good sculpt. I would have maybe liked to. The thing I love about him as a character is you get more of this playful vibe. Like you get more, and maybe he's not like that in this movie, and that's what they're going for. But I would have liked to have seen. I think first off, I just want to say I'm definitely having him with the goggles on. Like, I just think that looks amazing.
Yeah, this looks just really cool.
I think the sculpt is great. I really do. And I think the previous sculpts, even though those are older figures, I was looking at the Falcon the other day, and that sculpt still holds up. So I think they really did a good job with his likeness. And yeah, dude, I think it looks great. I would have liked to have seen more of maybe a playful, like sarcastic face, but maybe that's hard to pull off. We see how hard it is for them to do that with like Paul Rudd. So maybe that affects it. But
sure.
I would have liked to have seen that personally, because he's kind of got those wisecrack jokes. He's kind of has that edge to him where that's where him and Steve Rogers are a bit different. And I think they could have highlighted that in the figure too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it would have been cool to get like that. I know exactly like what expression you're talking about for the character. I think I heard a lot of people say like they don't think this is a good, like there were a lot of people I heard say they don't think this is a good sculpt. I agree with you. I think this is Anthony Mackie. Like this sculpt is amazing in my opinion. Is the expression the best? I don't think so, but dude, this like to me screams like Anthony Mackie. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's necessarily missing anything. I think like they killed it with this. This right here definitely is. Like this gives you that Falcon vibe. This looks exactly with the goggles on. Would I do the helmet? No. The helmet's fine and all, but I wouldn't do this. And I'm guessing he's only going to have this helmet on in like a certain instances. Like when he's going super fast through the sky and whatever and breaking apart the jet and all that shit. But I don't think
every scene he has with Red Hulk, I feel like it's going to have, because that's going to be heavily CGI.
Yeah.
So I feel like that fight's going to have this mask on a lot because of the CGI. And
but that's a good point. That's a really good point. They just use it for that. But I think like, dude, I think the likeness is on point for this figure.
I do too. Especially the picture on the right. I think they got the eyes.
Yeah,
like,
this
perfect.
is
the eyes
this
are
is
incredible.
a spot on for me. We got some more people in here. Clint says, I heard they were going to announce the Dark Avengers in this movie. Thus, Thunderbolt's title will be changed to Dark Avengers, hence the asterisk.
I've heard rumors of that as well.
It's interesting. Yeah. Malchus says, hopefully we'll see the Fantastic Four regularly in the next phases. I'm tired of waiting 4 to 6 years before seeing characters again. It's a good point.
They're going to be heavily involved, I would think.
Yeah.
And I think I'm leaning more towards getting this, Steve, because I think that this is a figure that, with the quick turnaround, I do think that as of right now, I mean, again, things can change with Marvel in any second now. I mean, they're just doing all this different stuff. So
sure.
If this movie is even somewhat successful, now if it completely tanks, maybe they have different opinion, like maybe they'll switch course. But if this movie does even decently, then we're going to be seeing a ton more of this character. So
yeah,
but you just never know with the figures, like when you're going to get another figure. So this definitely does interest me. I definitely could see me for this next wave of Avenger stuff. This would be kind of cool to have in this. I just think this is a cool look for the character. So I'm leaning towards it, man. Like you said, with the wings down, dude, that's such a cool look.
This is cool. Like this is cool with like this wings spread out. I just would never do it. But like some of these, like the way that you can, this just looks so good, dude. The wings and the color of them and the silver, like I love this look. I think this is where it really all comes together for me. The suit, like I do feel like with the blue suit, it's a little more blocky. Like you can see the joints in the shoulder. You can see like the chest separation. It's a little more blocker than the white. Like you can really kind of see it here. But even this too, like it's just it looks cool, man. It looks cool. There's some other comments here I want to get to. Striker says, this is a figure I wanted. I passed on the first one because of the size of the wingspan. I'm just hoping for a 2.0 Falcon from Winter Soldier. I know a lot of people want that. Caleb says, not a fan of the flight helmet. I think it's okay. I just wouldn't display it with that on. We got Austin Nicholas Nells. What's up, Austin? You dropping the popcorn. I see you, bro. I see you dropping that popcorn in here. Thank you for being here. Shane 163 Focuses had to step out. Have they spoke about 007 yet? No, but we could probably chat about that real quick, Justin, if you have some time.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe for you, if the movie does well, like you can see this potentially getting into your collection. I don't know, because I am like super picky about Marvel right now. I am like, and I always have been kind of cherry picky about Marvel, of like, I'm only going to get the #1 version of each character that I really want. I don't want to go down the path, like Star Wars is my main, so I'm fine with Star Wars alternates. In Marvel, I feel like a lot of the alternate outfits aren't as iconic as to like a Luke Skywalker. Like to me, getting like Farm Boy Luke, a Bespin Luke, and a Return of the Jedi Luke, they have a certain sense of like iconic feeling to them versus like these individual movies that Marvel characters do. Because the Marvel movies are less significant each movie until it builds up to something grand, like the Avengers. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So I feel like for Marvel, I'm just like, this is the main version of each character that I want. So for this, I feel like I'm kind of with you of like, let's wait and see. And then I kind of want to see like how Thunderbolts goes and how they build out Marvel. Because right now my focus on Marvel is very narrow and I'm building out a lot of Batman stuff. And Star Wars is still the main thing. So Marvel's kind of the thing where I'm being like really, really careful with how I proceed. But you can't knock how good this looks. This is a really cool pose. Makes me want the figure.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I just want to see what the movie had, like if the movie's good. Like even if it doesn't do well, but I like it. Like I mean, you know, I'd definitely be interested in eventually picking this again. That's the thing that sucks, is it's in that transition period. I feel like that's how I am with my Marvel collection as well. Is like I really want to collect stuff from the original phases of the MCU. And right now it's that weird in between time where like, is he going to have, if they're going to do like an Avengers team up, is he going to have a completely different outfit? And that movie's going to kick ass. And do I want that one?
And then that'd be like the third outfit. That's what I mean. It's
exactly,
like, it's like, then he goes from the movie outfit to this movie, like the show outfit to then the movie outfit and then another outfit. So that's why I'm just like, I'm kind of more of a wait and see for Marvel of like what either final form or like a solo movie that I really love, like Captain America's stealth suit. Like I need like Captain America and the Winter Soldier stealth suit. Like that's my favorite Captain America suit. Like that's just the one that for sure I want to get. Right. Yeah. So it's just like, it's tough for Marvel, man. It's tough. You got some time? You got a little bit of time?
Yeah.
We got Yomo in the house. Longtime fan of the channel. What's up, bro? He says, yo, Yomo. Thank you so much for being here. Are you a 007 fan? I've never talked to you about 007.
Yeah, we haven't talked about 007. I mean, I'm not a huge, like, I mean, it's hard to answer that. I watch every movie that they've come out with since I've like,
that's loud.
The ones, I mean, I even watched the Pierce Brosnan ones. I'm hit or miss with 007. Sometimes I love the movies like Casino Royale. I loved it. Yeah. You know, Skyfall, loved it. But some of the other ones, the Daniel Craig ones didn't hit for me. Some of the Brosnan ones didn't hit for me. I am excited for this line of figures, though. I am interested to see how deep they go, if they're just going to do Bond or if they're going to do the villains. I think if they do the villains, especially from like the Connery era, that'd be sick. But I'll be honest with you. The one that I would really be wanting to get is a Casino Royale Daniel Craig. I feel like that would be
that's a really iconic one.
For me, it is. Yeah. I just think that's one of the, you know, again, I have not seen every Bond movie. I've seen very few Bond movies before Pierce Brosnan.
Sure.
So take my opinion with a grain of salt. So, but for me, I love Casino Royale. To me was just an incredible movie. And so was Skyfall.
Yeah, I like that movie too. Yeah.
So that would be the one I'm interested in seeing. And if they make. So that's kind of, I don't have a ton of knowledge with 007 except for Brosnan and on.
Yeah, and I just want to point out one thing too. I know like sometimes it's like, oh, Hot Toys shows something and then it's like, oh, are they just going to do a cost baby? Like this actually says #6 scale. So we know we're getting 6 scale Bond. I feel like that's something worthy to point out too. Oh my God, it's so loud in my ears. But I'm just going to leave this paused. There we go. Yeah, I've seen a lot. Like I've seen all the older Bond movies actually. It's been a while though. It's been a while. There's so many of them. You probably like them. I mean, like classic Sean Connery, James Bond 2 is like, yeah, dude. I think the main thing is there's hopefully there's something for everyone on this, where it's not just, oh, we get a Daniel Craig James Bond and then that's it. You would think that getting a James Bond getting this license would be bigger than just one figure. Like you don't just get this just to do like one figure.
Yeah, they need to be doing every era of Bond. I feel like they should do every Bond. Yeah,
it would be really cool if they did every James Bond. I think that's one. I think that's one thing, because then you're getting something for everybody. Like Pierce Brosnan, dude, that's exactly what I grew up with too. Pierce Brosnan playing GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64, man.
Oh yeah.
That was really what my first exposure to James Bond, right? So like that for me was like a Pierce Brosnan James Bond figure would be really, really cool to get.
Vehicle, man. They have to do the vehicle.
Yeah, we were talking about this like an Aston Martin. If they did that,
they have to.
That would be wild, bro.
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
I just feel like it's a must. I feel like that's to a character. You could argue that's one of the most iconic. Like, I mean, that to Bond is like the DeLorean to Marty.
Yeah,
like you have to have it.
I wonder, looking at Hot Toys, like, what does that entail for licensing for them?
That's the problem. That's what I was
imagine the cost. Yeah. Like, look at the cost of Aston Martin cars already. Like, I can't imagine them making one. What Aston Martin would like charge them to make that vehicle and actually have it like copyright. Yeah. Like the terms that they have to agree to for that, and like what you have to pay to make it, because I think you're getting to a level too where like you're appealing to car enthusiasts as well. You drop like an Aston Martin in 6 scale, like you're gonna get people outside of just like James Bond who want to get that. Like I feel like that's gonna be something that's kind of beyond like us just collecting too for the sake of the movie. Like that's a big deal if they do like a full 1/6 scale. And I think somebody said that like potentially like Yost from JazzInc is looking into this, potentially doing an Aston Martin. So that'd be crazy, dude. It would be very, very cool.
I know Lego just got a huge license for like the F1 like the F1 series vehicles. And again, I know that's Lego. Like I know it's a different thing, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if they really wanted to do it, like you said, I think this could actually like get different collectors into the hobby. So I feel like they really need to put their best foot forward with this. I feel like there's a market that you're starting to see a shift in what these companies are trying to appeal to, because they already know they got people, they got us, they got people that want to collect, you know, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, the occasional one-off, you know, Alien, Predator, whatever.
Yeah.
But now let's see like what's that next piece of the pie that 007, this really surprised me. Like I was not expecting this. And I think it's a great step in the right direction to give us more variety from Hot Toy, you know, all these different companies to give us this variety is really cool for a wealth of collectors. Like not only 6 scale, but just like you said, there might be just a really big 007's got hardcore fans.
Oh yeah.
And I could see people, this is their only 6 scale collectibles in their whole collection, but because it's a James Bond collection, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Jim says he's looking forward to this line, hoping to go deep. Yeah. That's crazy. Eric's hyped about it. Punisher, this is a good point. The breath of fresh air. Kind of the same franchises over and over again. The Hot Toys keeps releasing. It's good. They're branching out a little bit, right? Malekith doesn't really care for it. I could see a lot of people not really caring for it either, too. You know, it's just like anything else. Valkyrie Magnus, I've seen every Bond movie. My parents were Bond fans and became one because of it. Also, this is an IP that everybody at least knows what James Bond is. It's that iconic. It's been around for like over half a century. Like this is a iconic franchise that everybody knows what this is, even if you've never even seen it. Everyone's like, oh, 007, yeah, James Bond. People know, you know, it's one of those things. This would be really cool. Dr. No, that movie, that's a great movie. You should watch it. If you're gonna watch an older one, Justin, you should watch Dr. No. Okay. Came on.
Yeah, I need to get well versed, and I can't. I'm kind of embarrassed how little I've watched Bond. Like
there's
I said,
so many, dude.
Yeah,
there's so many. Like you have to go back. Yeah, you have to you have to go back on that one. There's so many of them. 16 Pro says, yeah, he interviewed Yost twice. First time he said he was actively pursuing it. I'm guessing he's talking about the Aston Martin. Was making progress. Second interview, I got the impression he'd hit a dead end. And this makes sense to me, bro. Like this is when you're talking about a car that's like this level, like getting a license for that cannot be easy. Like that has to be very, very challenging. And and then you're selling it. Like I feel like it's just really tough. But thank you, Shane, for that. Appreciate that. That makes sense. That would be cool though. That would be really cool. Yeah, hopefully it's a little something for everybody. I think personally, the first one we're gonna get is Daniel Craig. I think they're gonna hit recency bias. They're gonna say Daniel Craig, this is the one we're gonna do. I feel like he's the one that they're probably gonna do first. And I feel like I see so many every time I go on like 1/6 kit or I go onto Facebook groups, there's like always something about custom James Bonds. It's just like everywhere.
Yeah.
Malkith, yeah, I wonder if 007 will sell. Harry Potter's a popular franchise too, but isn't that profitable for Inner? Yeah, it's like the lower level of sales for Harry Potter, right? I think 007 will sell. I do. I think a lot of people will be hyped for this.
I do too. I think that Harry Potter, there's so much you can collect there's so much Harry Potter stuff you can collect already, like Lego sets. Like you just go to any supermarket, you go to any place, like there's so much Harry Potter that you can collect that I feel like that's kind of maybe why the Harry Potter stuff hadn't sold as well, is simply because, Harry Potter fans, they're more into the aesthetic. They're more into the creating Hogwarts around themselves, in my opinion. Like that's kind of why you see a lot of people with like the clothing, the socks, the scarves, all that stuff. I feel there's less for James Bond, and a lot of the early, if they do a Connery, like a lot of the people that would want that are older aged. And so they're probably have a little bit more disposable income to spend on a 6 scale figure, as opposed to right now our Harry Potter fans are like, people, mine and Steve's age probably, that maybe they grew up with it and now they're kind of, passing on their kids. So they're looking for like the Funko Pops, the Lego set, stuff like that. That's just a theory I have about maybe why the 6 scale stuff hasn't sold incredible for them yet. But I still hope it sells well enough to where we get the rest of the line that they're talking about. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think they talked about how they're going to keep going with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about this real quick because Yost posted this JazzInc. You got a little bit of time for this one too, Justin? Talk about some JazzInc stuff. Yeah. And then we'll wrap it up here. But he posted some updates. I think he was posting some stuff about the back computer. He was giving an update on the Danny DeVito Penguin, which this is gonna be crazy, dude. Like, look at all this.
Damn,
sewer version, DX
right?
super.
Yeah, dude.
This is gonna be a really cool figure, man. This is gonna be a really cool figure, especially if they go all out like they're doing. Like, look at all this cool stuff. DeVito fats. It's crazy how he shows like these types of things, like how it's in development and stuff.
Yeah,
that's so cool. But look at that. That's gonna be. Do you have interest in this?
I do, but I would just have to see the price point. Like it's the same thing I had with the Catwoman. Like I just have to kind of see the price point. Kind of. It's just like I told you, man. Right now, I'm being very like I used to just say like, yeah, I'm getting it. Interest, yes. Am I actually going to get it or pre-order it? Undecided. So that's.
Did you pre-order Catwoman? I forget.
No, I didn't. I
I
really want it, but I just it's one of those things. I wanted the backdrop. We talked about it. I wanted
the diorama. Yeah.
And the price wall that was behind, which I get, but I mean, I didn't want to go that deep with it.
Yeah. He did give an update. I don't really think there was much that he said about this update, but it is still on track for like Q1 2026, I think, is when the first figures are going to go out. I talked about animated Batman. This is cool, dude. The animated Batman. This might be something I might just get the figure. I don't need the Batmobile, but the figure would be something I'm definitely interested in getting. Animated Batman from
this
BTS.
Excites me more.
This is exciting, man. This is exciting. I will likely get the figure, at least like animated Batman, dude. Ugh,
cool. I agree. This would be amazing if. I'm really interested in this. I didn't realize he was doing this.
Yeah, he showed kind of this too, the design for the animated thing and how it moves and stuff. But this I'm not into. I'm not into that one. This he did bring up the tumbler again. I'm interested in potentially the tumbler. He talked about doing 3 versions potentially for the tumbler. So I think he talked about like obviously the main tumbler for Batman. Then he talked about the camo one for Bane, but then he talked about a third one that might have like the guns on it and stuff like that, the machine guns and all that.
Nice.
So he's still working through. He said the reason it's taking so long is he's still working through like getting approval, I think, for the for the updates for that. That's exciting. Would you be interested in like any JazzInc vehicles?
It's nothing against JazzInc, just vehicles in general. I'm not there yet. Like I've told you, man, the one I'm really looking at would be either the DeLorean or that's really the one. Like when
Sure.
When Blitzway does their DeLorean, I'm definitely that's gonna pique my interest.
Yep, for sure.
I right now, I'll be honest with you, man, I'm okay right now without vehicles. I think they look amazing, but just right now they're just not for me.
That's fair, dude.
Yeah.
Star Wars, he's done. He was losing money on Star Wars stuff, so he's done. The last pieces he has are these meditation chambers, Ray Speeder, and Falcon cargo hold. Otherwise, goodbye Star Wars. He had to I don't know if you probably know this, but he had to cancel like the Starfighters.
Yeah, I remember. I remember him. You mentioned that.
Yeah. So, rip to Star Wars. He said some stuff about 1/12. I won't really get into that. I think that's it. And then he posted some photos of like, or some of this. I'll just play this of their showroom. This is pretty cool. Any other thoughts on this stuff? That's cool.
I'm kind of more into these dioramas than the vehicles. Like I think those dioramas are sick.
Yeah.
Like that would actually be the next stage of my collecting, is like making
that's
the scene.
So cool.
Yeah.
I'm bummed there's no more Star Wars from him. I was hoping maybe we would get some more Star Wars stuff, but yeah, it's
that Ray Speeder's got my interest, man. I know
it is really cool
for a long time, but we'll see. I'm sure we're gonna get some Ray and Kylo potential announcements this year with the 10th anniversary. Not guaranteeing it, but that would be
Artist and Kylo, man.
That has to happen, man.
This is really cool. I've always liked this. Is like, if I'm going, and I like Force Awakens. Force Awakens had good potential, but oh shoot, I can't find it. Oh, hold on. I think it's like down a little bit. I just want to pause. This version of Rey, dude, this scavenger version this is my absolute favorite. I've always loved the scavenger look, and I love how the movie opens with like her, inside, basically scavenging stuff. I think the speeder is really cool, but this has always been my favorite look for Rey.
Well, that's truly the first introduction to the character too in the trailer, so that's cool to me too, because I love the hype of that movie. And I'm with you. I love the Last Jedi look, to be honest with you. I love that look as well. But I'm not a huge fan of the look in the that's why I've kind of been waiting on to get the right Rey, because I'm hoping they do a 2.0 with a scavenger, like you said. Because I'm not a huge fan of the Rise of Skywalker look either. I love that
scavenger would be the only one I would get.
That is the version that I would want. Yeah, that's like the iconic, her with BB-8 next to her. That's the iconic Rey look, in my opinion. So yeah.
This is one I didn't touch on collection obsession. He did bring up 1966 Julie Newmar and Uma Thurman Poison Ivy.
No, Uma Thurman Poison Ivy. Damn, that'd be.
You did talk about those. I skipped over those. Sorry. Snow Speeder, crazy, dude. This is the space that you need. It just would be crazy.
Yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, those would be those are incredible to look at. I love watching other people's collections.
That Starfighter's so cool, dude. Oh, it sucks that it's gone. But I in a way, I'm kind of relieved, because I wanted the Obi-Wan one, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. Dude, he's got that nice Modu case setup. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, looks good.
Okay, you're done. I think we got to everything, right? I think we hit everything. Yeah. Cool, man. Rando5, look at new name. Thank you, Rando5, for being in here. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed your stay in the chat and watching the show. I had the Starfighter on pre-order and was my first pre-order with JazzInc. The cancellation was a bad first impression from JazzInc for me. Yeah, it's tough because that cost him so much money, and he lost money. I think he was losing money on Star Wars, including the Starfighters. And I think I asked him, I was on a stream with him at one point, and I said, we were talking about how limited the Starfighter was, and he said it was like single to double digits, like made it sound like they were going to be truly limited amount, like 20 or under or something like that. Very, very limited amount of orders for the Starfighter. So I think that's where he said, hey, we're just losing too much money. We got to cancel it and then be done. Because there's a lot of people in Star Wars collecting love to say like, oh, I want that. And then when it comes out, they won't order it. So there was a lot of push for a Starfighter to happen initially, and then he did not get nearly as many orders of everybody saying like, oh yeah, I want that. That'd be so cool. I would buy that. and nobody like put their money where their mouth was in that instance, unfortunately. So he had to cancel it. Not enough buyers. But I will say, I'm very happy with the JazzInc stuff that I have. I have the 22 Batmobile and the 89 Batmobile, and they are both like just next level attention to detail. They're very nice. The 89 Batmobile is crazy, dude. And I own the Hot Toys version briefly too, and then I sold it and got the 89 or the JazzInc one, and it's a like, you see that paint job, even that just like takes it to another level. It's a work of art, man, for real. It is like it's like a replica 1/6 car. It's crazy. Yeah, maybe Hot Toys will do the Starfighters. See, and this is where it's kind of like, I don't know. He can't sell the Starfighter, so if Hot Toys did them, are people actually gonna buy them? If I'm Hot Toys and I'm looking at that like, oh, they canceled the Starfighters because they didn't have enough interest to buy them. Hot Toys might just say, we're not gonna waste our time. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of R&D you have to put into something, and like that's not gonna be cheap. Not gonna be cheap at all. Collection Obsessions JazzInc BVS computers limited to 2,500 or 2,000. JazzInc BVS computer is very limited to 250 pieces. Oh boy. Batman Collectible says he's mentioned multiple times Star Wars fans don't cough up the dough like the Batman fans. 16 Figure Focus says, have you displayed the 89, Steve? I have. That thing's crazy, dude. What an unboxing experience too. Ugh, what a machine. It is beautiful. I have my 822 right down here and my 89. They're both facing each other. Beautiful. Okay. Anything else, Justin? Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts on everything we talked about?
No, just buckle up, because I think
Buckle up.
probably have a little bit of a down period for announcements for a couple weeks, maybe. But
2025 is gonna be wild, dude.
That's what I was gonna say. We're still getting stuff from 2024 that we've had on pre-order, and that's before. Now with them coming out quicker, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be a wild ride. And that's just Hot Toys, not even mentioning in our Blitzway, Sideshow.
Yeah.
Who am I living at? Caustic Plat. Just all these companies, bro. Your wallets, man, hold them close.
And Art's going to be ramping it up, it sounds like, a little bit. Yeah, Caustic Plastic is doing some really, really cool stuff. I know you're really hyped for that Bloodsport figure, dude. That looks really good, man. Looks really good. When are you seeing Captain America?
I'm going to do my best to go see it on Thursday night.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're going. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to try to. If not, if I can't go Thursday night, I'll probably have to just go Saturday during the day. But I'm going to try. I try to at least go see stuff Thursday night I'm like really wanting to see, so I don't get anything spoiled for me.
Sure.
Yeah, really hyped about it, you could say. Yeah. And even though I'm not as hyped for this one, I'm very intrigued to see what we're going to get. So I'm kind of wanting to see it before everybody's opinions out on it by Monday, and then start shifting the way you're looking at the movie. So and plus on Twitter, like any social media, if there's anything cool that it's gonna be spoiled. Like, I was shocked how quickly the Resistance stuff was spoiled for Deadpool Wolverine. Like, it was instant. Yeah like it was out, so
yep. It's been really bad. Also, like, even when what show was coming out that was I forget. I don't know if it was Star Wars. It might have been like Star Wars, even with like Skeleton Crew. I don't even know. But whatever it was, like, they will post the following morning on their page, like a main character or a main something from the episode that just came out like on Tuesday night. They'll post something Wednesday morning on the Star Wars page. Like, go see, and it's the big character or some type of spoiler literally on their post. So I just don't trust it anymore. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm seeing it Saturday. I'm seeing it with a friend of mine.
So
Saturday.
You're gonna see it this weekend too? Okay.
I'm seeing it Saturday. I think it's like 9 in the morning. It's matinee, 9:30, I think, in the morning. Nice. I'm seeing it. It is one that I wanted to see sooner rather than later, because it's gonna get, like you said, it's gonna get spoiled. I like to see the big Marvel movies in theaters when they come out.
Yeah, me too.
Unless it's really getting like bad reviews or something. But before we go, what's up, Big Rib, super fan of the channel? Says, what's up, fellas? What's up, everyone? What's up, dude? He's gonna see it on Disney Plus. Okay, man. Well, thanks for a great show, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you joining up. I had fun. Always a good show with you, man. But what's coming up on the channel? You want to give plug here of what's going on in the world of how you figure?
Yeah, just got some, I'm doing a lot more, and if you've been watching the stream, maybe you haven't, but on my stream, I've kind of discussed this since back in like December. I'm definitely doing a lot more movie related stuff on my channel now.
Love it.
I still talk about the figures and stuff like on streams and whatnot, but less of just those type of videos, more movie related stuff. So I'm trying to do my best to balance in the two, but just really enjoying putting out some reviews, definitely some movie content on my channel. That'll continue. So again, like I said on my show, I totally get it. If you're subscribed, it's kind of newer content that you're not used to seeing from the channel. Totally understand if you want to go a different direction, but if you stick with it, I think there'll be some stuff on there that you'll enjoy. But that's kind of been what's been going on. Just kind of doing a lot more of that, and then didn't do a stream this last Saturday. Or last Friday for Casual Friday. I'm horrible about like updating it. My social media game is horrible. I'm hardly ever on social media. So I'm going to try to get better about like, hey, maybe let people know you're not having the show. Cause it's still, I bet you're like this too. Like, it's weird to think that like a few people like, are like, hey, I thought there was gonna be a show. Like they're actually like looking forward to the show. And I'm just not used to that. Like I'm not used to
dude.
People caring about anything I'm doing. So like, and I'm not trying to downplay it to get, oh no, Justin, we do, but I just really never think about that. And I should, because it's like, I need to be like, hey, we're not having a show, but we're going to have a Casual Friday upcoming this Friday. So, and there'll be a couple videos on my channel. So if you enjoy that type of stuff, man, check it out. And, but yeah, dude, thanks for having me on, man. This was a blast talking about it. I didn't get to talk about this stuff at all.
Yeah.
It was nice to have a fresh perspective on it. Sure.
It's funny, dude. I get messages from people like occasionally. Like I've gotten a few messages from time to time. No, about you. Like, hey, is there a cat? Do you know if there's a Casual Friday tonight?
Oh shit!
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Like Justin didn't say anything. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that means a lot.
But yeah, people wonder.
I feel terrible.
Usually, what I just do, honestly, what I do is like I just post it in my story because the story's 24 hours. So I just post hey, no show tonight. Like, see you next week or something. Instead of making an actual post on Instagram, because I feel like a lot of posts get lost and people don't see it. But the story, like a lot of people scroll through, like click through stories a lot of on Instagram. So like I always just post like a story, or I post in a Facebook group. But yeah, I mean it's easy to just go on Instagram, and then because Instagram also is cross posted with Facebook now. That's why it's nice, because if you post a story on Instagram, it goes to your story on Facebook, so everybody sees it on both.
Yeah,
so usually I try to do that.
Yeah, and I think that having I just lost my train of thought completely, dude.
Some of us plan our days. Some of us plan our days around your streams. Let's go. Let's go. Facts right
here.
See,
I feel like that's being funny right there. I don't know if he's being for real. I think he's basically telling me like, no, your instinct was right. Nobody gives a shit.
If there's anybody out there saying that on Friday nights or Sunday nights, they're like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure I get this done because the shows are on. That's pretty cool.
Oh, my problem is like not admitting that, like I try so hard to like, I don't want to let people down. So it's like 8:00 and I'm like, I think I can get home in time for a show. And it's like, why don't you just cancel it? That way you can actually enjoy your night out. Like it was my fiance's birthday. And so we were like out doing that stuff. And like, I should have just posted it Wednesday. Yeah. Thanks, man. I would have just posted it Wednesday, been like, hey, no show. This is what's going on. But I was like, man, maybe I can maybe I can make it back for a show. So it's one of those weird things where like I kind of did it with you, like when I've been on, I kind of wait till last minute. I feel bad, but I really genuinely am trying to like make it.
Sure. You should don't put pressure on yourself. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's silly to just be like early in the week should just say like, hey, I got this going on Friday. I'm just gonna call it, not gonna have a show.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's it can be tough, and it's hard when you schedule stuff, because like on EVMux I go on Friday or Saturday to like prep everything. I feel like that's another thing that people don't like. When you have to prep everything, it takes me like a couple hours to really like get everything. I have to make the thumbnail, you have to schedule it on the streaming software, and like then you do feel like, oh, I got to make sure I hit that time. You can always adjust it, but it's kind of like, oh well, that's the time of the show, that's the time I feel like I need to make sure I'm on at that time. But
yeah, and I put the day of the week in my title, so now it's like,
that's what I did too. I
did it to kind of keep me honest with the date, to be like, all right,
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about how it's Casual Friday. Now mine's Sunday Showcase, because I'm like, I do my show every Sunday, then you don't have to worry about too like, oh, like what, like when is it gonna be, whatever. It's just like, I really wanted to make it Sunday Night Heat, but I didn't want to get copyright from WWE.
Yeah, man.
Sunday night,
I can see that
Sunday
happening.
Night, Sunday night, I would have got struck down like immediately. Somebody would have
Yeah,
came after me. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Clinton says not making fun at all. Well, thank you, Clinton, my man.
Oh, I
This is-
appreciate that.
I like watching live and being able
to.
to participate. This is a cool thing. Like I like watching live and being able to participate. I'm not as hyped to watch the replays. Could be just me. Yeah, lives are fun, dude. They're fun to be in the chat. And like I said, it's like it's fun like having your like we all want to talk about this stuff. I feel like especially if you don't stream, like you want to talk about it. And that's why chat is so important. And you do like this too, Justin, like just making sure like chat's voice is just as important as our voice, because that's what that's the main goal of what we do is like we want to talk about this stuff with everybody and like everybody included. You know what I mean? Not everybody's like that, but like for me, if I'm not on YouTube, I would be like, that's how I was before I started YouTube, going into chats. Like I want to comment and I want to talk about it. That's why we're all doing it. Right. So,
yeah. And I think that's a good point Clinton brought up is like, my show is definitely better live. And I'm not saying this to get you there, but like it's better live than on the replay because it is a lot like your show as well. It's like a lot of chat driven.
Yeah.
Like we'll literally be talking for an hour and a half before we even talk about anything that I have put on the thumbnail. We're just talking about whatever. So it's definitely a live show. But anyway, long-winded answer, but yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. I'll definitely have some stuff this week. And then obviously when I see, when I check out Brave New World, I'll definitely have a review up, this upcoming weekend on that. So again, I don't do spoilers on my stuff. So if, but if you're like me, I don't watch any reviews until I've seen it. So a lot of times people will come in, a week later. Yeah. They'll come in a week later and be like, hey man, just saw it. I agree. Or like, oh, it didn't work for me. So that's just how I don't like watching any reviews before I see a film myself. Yeah.
That's exactly how I am too. But we got Valkyrie Magnus real quick dropping this $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Let me give you a little bit of where is it? Where did you go? Thank you very much, Valkyrie Mace, for the 199 super chat. I really appreciate it. I'll give you this too.
Long live the Empire.
Man, it's been a while since I saw that one.
I know I haven't done that one in a while, but okay, we'll wrap it up, man. Thank you, Justin, so much. You guys can catch me. You guys can catch me on the. I don't know what I'm doing. I might do another live show this week, just a random kind of live stream, potentially during the week. I have another surgery coming up actually a week from Monday, so I got to get a second surgery. But I will be. It should be okay. It should be okay as far as what's up.
I said, good luck with that, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. It's okay.
Is it routine or well, never mind.
I had to get, I'll chat with you backstage.
Yeah. Okay.
And we got Nick's Collectibles dropping in. I'm sorry, Nick. What? You're live? I'm at work, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I went live to avoid the Super Bowl, so you have to catch a replay. But thank you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll have to catch up later. And hopefully you catch that replay. Everyone catching the replay. Appreciate you as well. Hope you enjoyed the show. And guys, please hit that like button on the way out if you would. Until next time, everybody, collect carefully.